use it better than where I am
Yeah,
now.
it's not that hard, but I'm just putting us live now. So
Okay. I'm actually playing Total War, although eventually I'm just gonna force myself to stop playing this game because I
right.
never complete anything.
I just put a link to the chat in the chat of the Skype group.
Okay.
Right, hey everyone, we should be live, and I'm going to be playing Civ with V. Louis doesn't have Civ because he's a cuck.
You're the cock. Fuck that
Yeah,
game.
actually, that's not true. It's because he's a man of more discerning taste.
Yeah.
To be honest. But yeah, so what do you make of the Charlottesville thing so far, Louis?
I mean it's kind of a clusterfuck, and I'll be curious to really see what comes out of this because based on what's happening, I mean it really is a nightmare scenario for everyone involved because like I treated it as a joke, and so did most of the left verified lefties on Twitter up
Yeah.
until they started not to. They started saying like, "Oh man, this is white supremacy," and ever since that car attack, um, it's really gotten completely hyperbolic, as I said it would.
Mm-hmm.
I said that this would get completely out of hand because it fits with the narrative that
Yeah.
they want this to be a matter of like white supremacists taking on the oppressed black people and their allies. But apparently, in terms of the information that's coming out, they still don't know whether it was intentional or not, although there is evidence for both sides. There's people on the ground saying it wasn't, but then there's tons of evidence of video saying that it was intentional.
It
Also the
looked
fact
intentional
that
from the video I saw. What did you make of
it,
it?
it's also the fact that the car has the like baseball bats being hit on it. So,
Yeah, yeah. They show the fact that his back somebody showed that his back um,
window.
windshield, whatever, got smashed out. And it appears that it was smashed out before he collided into the crowd, but that could be wrong.
Hmm.
Um, so it might be that he was driving down that road and then had his back window smashed and then panicked and drove forward, or it could have been that it was intentional. So
So
they don't really know just yet.
I saw that 4chan have already looked up the license plate, and it looks like it's a Bernie Bro or someone like that.
Well, he appears to be like I haven't seen like people are just insinuating that he's a Bernie Sanders supporter. I haven't seen any posts directing to that, but he appears to be like a legit bourgeois globalist.
Jesus Christ. So is
His father's like a construction contractor out of Ohio, apparently.
Christ, okay, well, I guess we should assume for the moment that he is. His car was stolen? Something like that?
No, they have a picture and it looks like he was in it.
Joshua Long, you did see a very erotic picture of me on a couch, didn't you? Sorry, it's just super chat.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I could put my camera on actually, but I'm really lazy.
Well, you should, because how do we know that wasn't you in that car? You
Well,
are the leader of Gamergate and the alt-right.
yeah, well, you don't know that it wasn't me. That's the thing. I like
Yeah,
to
that
keep
was
it
the
up.
first the first joke that I tweeted out was that I had a bronze 2015 Dodge Challenger for sale, with just some minor frontal damage. I'll sell it for cheap because I gotta kind of take a trip out of the country.
Yeah, I've got places to go all of a sudden. But oh man, what was the other one that you posted just now? Just now.
Oh, it was No Nations, No Borders, and Rev Engine emo.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus.
Because this guy was a legit globalist, and
Yeah.
it's just like, and the thing is the question is whether he panicked or not. But if it wasn't him panicking, it's like this is I guess your first globalist terror attack.
Well,
Yeah,
Or
but
it's
it
communist.
wouldn't make sense. Why would he drive it into Antifa? It's like it's his people.
well, yeah, good question.
He might have thought it was the anti or the Trump rally or whatever the fuck it
Yeah,
was.
so it's
the
friendly
alt-right.
fire, isn't it?
Yeah. But there's people on the ground saying that his car was attacked. I don't know whether that's true or not. We'll have to just wait. But
Well, if it had a baseball bat crack in it or whatever, then who knows?
yeah, that was just I saw an image before as he was driving down the road, and as he drives down the road, the back window's fine. But as he crashes, and someone showed a frame, and I don't know whether it was like as he crashed or whatever, but his back window is like half blown out.
Fucking
And you
hell.
can see it as he backs up that it's blown out. And it doesn't make sense that how his back windshield would blow out
Yeah.
if, you know, he crashed, you know, straight into the back of another car.
It's pretty mad, isn't it? It's like, Christ.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that the guy on the ground that recorded it, the first shot that I saw was a leftist journalist, and he flat out said that they're among the people marching were Antifa.
Yeah, undoubtedly they were part of it.
And that is like
I mean, I've seen video of them on Twitter fighting. You know, fighting with
so
the Proud Boys.
if anybody's gonna blow out the back of a fucking windshield, it's gonna be them.
Yeah, I think
Because
so.
that's their standard operating procedure, is to damage other people's property. And I did see a video where a car did ram right into a whole group of Antifa members because they were attacking somebody's car.
Yeah, I can believe it. For the alt-right types in the chat loving this is awful. You understand that? This is...
Yeah, you better believe, even if it is a Bernie bro, you guys, the mainstream media might just deny that and
They'll
just
pin it
carry
on you.
ahead. Yeah.
By
They want
implication, they're going to pin it on you. But the thing is, you know, you're bringing this shit down. You know, you're bringing everything... And I mean, you know, I'm not even saying it's not justified, but holy shit, you're both cancer.
Yeah.
You're exactly
There-
the same kind of cancer. There's just slight difference in the details. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, there were, as far as I can tell, despite some of the spin, there were legit, like, alt-right type people there who were starting fights, just picking
Oh yeah,
fights.
yeah.
No, that's why they went there.
And the people with, like, the Nazi flags and doing the Roman salute and all that kind of
Yeah.
shit, it's like, you're really not doing yourself any favors by doing that.
No, you're not helping your cause. I promise you. You know? Like, no one's looking at that and thinking, "Oh, good, the Nazis."
Oh, I'm looking at that and thinking, oh, look, Google.
Yeah, I tell you, the march on Google would be interesting. Oh, son
Yeah.
of a bitch.
Bill de Blasio, apparently, this is like the third or fourth time today that he's tweeted something out that's pretty much just your standard politician platitude. The white supremacists have taken their hate, violence, and intolerance to the streets. We will not be intimidated by domestic terrorism. And
You
it's like,
are
listen,
domestic terrorism. You didn't say that about fucking Antifa, did you?
It's like, listen, all right, I don't care if you have, like, legit KKK members in a park holding some stupid rally, doing the Roman salute and whatever else. Okay, that's not domestic terrorism.
No.
Antifa trying to burn down a campus. That's
Yeah.
fucking domestic terrorism.
So someone says, tell Sargon that the YouTube is a site for cats and we want a cute kitten video. It might happen. I'm not going to lie, it might happen. The alt-right sucks, but what they did to Muslims, Antifa, BLM have done for years, and Twitter is raging at Trump for saying there are many sides in the violence. What do you expect? Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about who started all of this, then I agree that they started it, and they should stop it right away. You know, it doesn't change the fact that it's shit that it's going on. Like, you're just all in the wrong. You know, they shouldn't have gone after white people from the start. And I completely sympathise with the fact that there's no denying it as well. I mean, like, was it Joe Biden said, he literally said in a fucking speech at one point that at some point America's going to be majority non-white and that's a good thing. It's like, right,
Yeah.
okay. Joe, you're the one dichotomizing this on race, you know,
Yeah.
you twat.
Yeah, this is something that really has grown
Yeah.
out of control. Apparently, there's people tweeting that there was a helicopter crash in
Really?
Charlottesville.
Jesus. If you get any images, let me know. Christ. Sargon is a traitor for not picking Queen Elizabeth. Choosing Roman Empire over Anglo-German Saxon. We'll know who wants to be part of the master race. Look, I'm not saying that you're all inferior by birth, but I can't think of another way to end that sentence.
Yeah, I just want to say, Oh, great. The mayor of Buffalo is fucking joining in on the fucking politician tweet storm.
Oh, God,
But I responded to Bill de Blasio's second tweet that said, "We will continue to fight against the deep-seated racism that exists in our country wherever it appears." And I responded to him and I quoted his tweet and I said, "Fight collectivism with collectivism." Which is all this is.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. Did you watch the demise of Fisty? At one point during her lashing, she went, "Yawn, are we going to have to end the discussion soon?" No, I haven't seen it yet. The distributist, yeah? I assume that he gave her a whipping. So I haven't watched it yet. I've been too busy doing other things. And now I'm playing Civ. But, yeah, I'll definitely get around to watching it.
I despise the fact that people don't understand what collectivism is. They think it's like collectivism is if you're part of a group.
Yeah, it's
yes.
Yeah, they're wrong.
Yeah.
It is frustrating.
But Sargon, everybody's really a collectivist.
Oh.
I mean, are you part of a group or are you part of a nation? Then you're a collectivist too.
I literally hate it. I've just got to the point where I'm just like, look, you just don't understand the terms you're using. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be rude, but that's a fundamental misunderstanding of what a collectivist is.
No, they're just more enlightened than you.
They're definitely more something than me. God, I'm being overrun by barbarian scum.
Or you haven't dealt with them.
Yeah, I know.
Somebody sent me a tweet about something, and I'm not really following what they're...
But no, I'm gonna have to watch that one, Neverender. Will I follow you on Twitter? Actually, I'll tell you what, I'm enjoying not having Twitter. I'm getting a lot more done. I got a lot of reading done today. It was good. Does this mean the USA is heading for civil war? Is America going to become Northern Ireland during the Troubles? Well, I mean, it looks like it is heading towards civil war, doesn't it? These are irreconcilable ideological differences that your two groups are having.
Yeah, they're not part of the majority of the population.
No, they're not part of the majority of the population. But you don't have to be part of the majority to have a fight. These people these people are fighting regardless of whether you want them to or not. Fucking
the difference, as far as I can tell, is that you have just short of every fucking major politician that I'm aware of on the side of essentially Antifa, whether they understand it or not. I mean, I can only see Dianne Feinstein, Howard Dean, Chuck Schumer, Bill de Blasio, all these different people outright siding with Antifa and those kind of supporters and so-called anti-racists.
Oh, they can't possibly side with the white nationalists, can they?
Right. Well, the thing is that if you want to remain neutral in a situation and just say, like, I think both sides are cancer because I'm not a collectivist, it can be that simple.
Yeah.
But the problem is that these people have made their bed. They back these people every step of the way, and it's because they're part of this industry. They know that their bread is buttered with this collectivist bullshit.
Yeah.
The Democratic Party shows absolutely no signs of learning a goddamn thing about why they should stop pandering to identity politics.
Yeah, the fundamental root of that political philosophy, and they have no idea what to do with it. It's like,
yeah,
it's fucking.
Yeah, I mean, when the fact that you had those protesters or the rally attendees saying "White Lives Matter" and all of these fucking people flipping out about that, it's like you fundamentally don't understand. Like your issue isn't even. Like, you fundamentally don't understand the issue, and that there's a reason why. Like, every person there that's saying that there might be some neo-Nazis among them, but the issue is they're saying that in direct response to Black Lives Matter, which they perceive to be a racist movement, which there is evidence to say that, yes, there are members of Black Lives Matter that are overt fucking racist, black supremacists.
Yeah.
Leader of the faction in Toronto is an overt fucking racist. She's one of the founders of Black Lives Matter. She's a full-blown black supremacist.
Yeah. So
them chanting White Lives Matter in response to you is not simply something that came out of a fucking vacuum. It's not something that didn't exist.
Yeah.
It's something that is in a direct
the
response.
name Black Lives Matter is absolutely genius, because it's like, well, you're against Black Lives Matter, what do you mean? It's like, you're against black people, you think black people should die? And it's also like the best excuse to do things that would normally consider uncivilized, like beat a Marine and steal his wallet because he doesn't believe Black Lives Matter. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
it's a lot. It plays right into the narrative of just being able to write off your opposition as racist.
Yeah. Sorry, for anyone watching, I'm just trying to get the chat up on screen. Just trying to figure out how to do it.
By pressing enter, maybe?
No, apparently that's not working. So I'll try again in a minute
But
when I'm not
yeah,
getting whipped by barbarians.
anybody like anybody in this situation that's not outright saying that the issue is I mean it's easy enough to just say, especially if you're on the right, to just write this off as the left being, you know, the sole issue at hand here, and that the right response is a symptom of what they've caused, and that's fair enough. But the issue is collectivism. That is the issue here. It's the root of what is wrong.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. It really is.
You're not
I wouldn't want to repress an oppressive system with another oppressive system.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is with that, like you're not, like, to those of you that are on the right that think that this whole white identity is going to be able to defeat these people, it's just you're playing within their boundaries. Like, you're playing with their rules, and you think you're going to beat them when you have every mainstream establishment figure, including President Trump, condemning the entire thing. Like, you're not productive in what you're doing. It's not me condemning you as, oh, you're a bunch of neo-Nazis, whatever else, but it's like you're not being productive in what you're trying to do, even if you say, like, well, you should sympathize with me just because we are the victims and whatever else, and this is a gross ideology we should fight. And it's
all collective ideologies are the victims. Did you notice that? Like, Islam, they consider themselves to be a victim. Communists consider themselves to be victims. Every single collective ideology considers themselves to be the victim.
Yeah. So just for the people in the chat, can you see that on the screen there? You should be able to see it.
Apparently, J.K. Rowling just tweeted something.
Go on. What was J.K. Rowling's incredible fucking contribution? What was it?
She posted a picture of that one guy with the Nazi flag and says, "Hell of a day for the president to forget how to tweet."
No.
He sent out like 3 videos condemning it. You fucking disingenuous cunt.
She wasn't like, well, hang on, what's PewDiePie doing at this rally?
Did you see that PewDiePie tweeted out and said that there's a lot of people apparently watching too many of his videos? Did you see that tweet?
No.
It was great.
Cool. I'm glad you can see the chat now, guys.
You just won't call the Nazi
the chat's too big. Yeah, I don't know why I can't. I don't know why I can't change the dimensions. Maybe I can now.
Apparently, 4chan got the wrong guy.
Did they? Oh, okay.
Yep. He says that he claims that he drives a Chevy Impala, not a Challenger. But that was the photo on his page.
Yeah. So I watched your video on how the US is mirroring Rome, and with the current events seem 100% right. What will happen if the US has a civil war? Well, that's a good question. I mean, Trump controls the military, and he's kept the generals very close to himself, hasn't he? So, on the plus side, I don't think you're in for much of a civil war. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's too hard to tell this early into what's happening. But, man, it's pretty fucking mental, isn't it? I just can't get over, like... I mean, these people, they have no point of reconciliation. The left have just absolutely condemned these people to being, like, evil.
Yeah.
They consider them evil, and they have to be stopped. I mean, I saw a bunch of tweets on Twitter where they were like, just go back to where you came from. And it's like, bitch, do you think that's going to work? You know, do you think, like, oh, good point, you know what, yeah, we should just go back to where we come from. We are being racist. That's obviously not an argument that they're going to be persuaded by, you fucking idiots.
There's been so many fucking stupid posts about this.
Yeah. The left
Here's the big thing. Here's the big thing that I want to say to the verified leftists, okay? You have to decide whether these people are the stormtroopers stomping through the streets, killing queer people, blah, 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 or are these people fucking jokes?
Yeah, are they
Make your goddamn
basement-dwelling loser virgins?
Like, I've had enough of this. I had enough of this fucking... We're going to make pithy jokes to get 100,000 retweets about how all these people are just nothing but jokes.
Yeah.
They can't do anything. They're impotent. They can't do a single fucking thing. But at the same time, there's fucking stormtroopers, and we should be afraid.
Yeah.
Like, I've had enough.
Yeah, pick one. Just fucking
one,
pick
please,
one.
and fuck off.
Yeah.
Or fuck off. But either way, fuck off.
To be honest, yeah, both. Pick one and fuck off. It's just like sick of your shit.
Because I consider the alt-right generally to be a joke outside of like the militiamen. I don't think are jokes.
They're not alt-right though.
But the alt-right are generally just jokes, and if that's your reflection on them, that you don't take them seriously, by all means don't take them seriously. If you're part of the alt-right and you take it seriously, then by all means do. But if you're on the left, you need to pick one. Yeah. Like I'm getting really sick and tired of the fucking people that want to just basically dismiss these people while at the same time drumming them up to be literally the brand new KKK.
Yeah.
They need
and incessantly
all collective ideology needs an enemy to survive.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, it's us versus them. That's by the definition.
Yeah.
You can't have a collective ideology. And it's funny because, Stalin invented an enemy. And you also have, the feminists invented Mennonite.
I tell you what, I'm honestly going to create a T-shirt that just says "Collectivists get the bullet too."
Yeah, you should. That'd be fine.
Or "Collectivists get the helicopter too." Just all of you, just get in the fucking helicopter, the lot of you.
Oh shit! Eric Kane, also a false basically in reply to Ian Miles Chung, who's basically, there's a communist flag at the rally, there's a Nazi. He says, "Quick reminder, this is Ian Miles Chung, that both groups suck."
Yeah.
#Charlottesville. Eric Kane from Forbes says in response, also a false equivalent.
Fuck
College
off, Eric.
Marxists are not nearly as vile as neo-Nazi hate mongers.
Oh, fuck! Oh, just someone spam
dick.
him with the goddamn numbers.
Dick, Eric Kane.
Yeah, the numbers, Eric. The fucking numbers. Just
No,
let's have a look.
I don't understand this. Like if you kill someone for being born a peasant, then that's fine. But if you kill someone for being born black or being born a Jew, then that's not fine.
Yeah, that's nasty. How dare you? No, Eric, they're all shit.
You still kill a human being. What the fuck?
Yeah, they're so unbelievably shit, Eric. I can't even. Just, why would you even say that? Why do you have to start saying, well, you know what, communism wasn't so bad? Yeah, it fucking was. It was actually, Nazism's worse because at least it ends sooner. Better because at least it ends sooner.
I don't see Nazis trying to fucking ban artwork and burn down
Oh,
college
they certainly did. I mean, they certainly did in their time.
They did in the past.
No, I mean now.
Oh, yeah, not
now.
now.
I don't care. I don't give a fuck about history. I mean right now in this country.
Yes, right now in this country, in your country, they're not. I agree. But it's fuck. I'm just sick of these two groups. They can just go hang for all I care. I've got absolutely no sympathy for either of them. So I look, the starting premise of the pair of them is, hey, do you know what sucks? The Enlightenment. And it's like, okay, well we disagree.
Oh yeah, they fight the Enlightenment and they're we're protecting Western values. If you're protecting Western values, why do you despise them so much?
They're not protecting them. They're continental collectivists. They are completely different to the philosophy is completely different to the liberalism of America that founded America. It's completely different. It's antithetical. And it can go fucking screw itself. It's wrong. And it always fails. There's never an example where it just happens to be better than what we do. So it's like, okay, well, there we go. And then, what about unlimited immigration? Okay, well, let's stop unlimited immigration.
No, well, yeah, but your solution doesn't work. We need to kill it.
Yeah, exactly. We need to start removing people's citizenship, even if they don't have citizenship somewhere else. Do you know how international law works? So if a trans man was accused of raping a woman, would the law prosecute? It usually defaults to the man, but who would they consider the man? That's a good question. I don't know. I would like to see a precedent.
It's up from judge to judge, but it's interesting, when there's rape between two women, it's the same phenomenon. Yeah,
I bet they find it quite difficult to deal with, don't they?
Oh shit, we have to actually look at the evidence.
I said to Tyler Preston tweeted something out earlier that was funny, basically mocking the tiki torches thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that should be a fucking meme, is to go to like Walmart and get, like, buy a tiki torch and then just walk up to a black person. What do you think of this, boy? Take a look at this tiki torch, boy. What do you think of this, boy? The pride torch.
I saw a great one where it was members of the alt-right all marching, blah blah blah, and then Walmart's with tiki torch display deal on them, and then just the pole merchant rubbing his hands over it. It's like, yeah, who benefits alt-right? It's the same as when the SJWs do it. You know, the Jews are still selling you the things.
I was gonna say, if the I don't know if it would be us, like if the Kekastanis want a meme on the alt-right, that would be another thing, is to just go to like Walmart or some store in front of a bunch of tiki torches and then do the OK sign.
I mean, like, for anyone in the alt-right listening, my god, dude, like the tiki torch thing in the night, if you're trying to look like Frankenstein's villagers, you've managed it. You know, you've absolutely managed it. It is the worst optics on anything I've ever seen. Yeah. It just looks awful, and I don't think you're winning hearts and minds with it, if that's what you're thinking.
When it's lighter out, it looks cringy as shit, and that's what I mean. It's funny.
To be fair, the Greeks, the golden sun, or what did they call it? Rising sun.
Yeah,
golden
dawn. You're right.
Like actual torches, and they look.
That's right. Good point.
Yeah,
go all out if you're gonna do it, man.
Yeah, it just looks really gay.
What happens when you can't afford an actual torch and Hugo Boss? You have to go to Walmart. Buy a polo shirt and buy a tiki torch.
And Richard Spencer is just the fucking worst because he's so aristocratic looking. You know, it's like, again, you know, posh boy finds a bunch of working class lads and then leads them into a little revolution that gets them all killed. Fucking story as old as time. I'm going to go for an oligarchy. See if that's a good idea.
Works here.
Well, does it, actually? I don't
know.
I don't really
things aren't going very well.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you tell me if it's working.
We'll see. It works if you're a defense contractor or a shareholder for a company like that.
Seeing the Jews always win.
The Jews
they're pretty fucking white at those companies, based on my knowledge of them.
Yeah,
I worked for one. They're pretty fucking white.
Yeah, but who was running the company? You
know. Probably lunatic globalists or something like that.
And what race are lunatic globalists, Louis?
Yeah,
exactly.
White.
The actual answer is all races. It's an ideology, but yeah.
Well, the thing is when people talk about Jews, it's like there are plenty of conservative, more nationalistic Jews out there. I mean, I've experienced them. I've met them firsthand. So when people say like, "Oh, well, all Jews are George Soros, globalists, blah blah blah," it's like, okay, well, that's not true.
Yeah.
Straw manning. Basically, they're saying a lot of people happen to be like George Soros. That's what
Well, there's a lot of Jews like Ben Shapiro.
To be fair, though, when George Soros finally dies, there is going to be rejoicing in the streets, isn't there?
I guess so, especially.
The media is going to hold him up in arms. I guarantee you.
Oh, George Soros! He did so much good, did he?
Maybe in Europe. I don't see really any media in the United States outside of maybe like Alex Jones really talking about George Soros, praising or otherwise. Like I never really saw much about.
Yeah, that's interesting. There's a lot more in Romania that.
Probably, it wouldn't surprise me. He's big in Europe. I know that he fundraises or funds a lot of shit here in the United States as well, but you know, it's whatever.
Where does he live in, by the way? The United States?
He probably lives all around the world.
I'm not even sure where he lives.
He's probably got a private jet with, like, you know, all the amenities he'd ever want that he flies around on, for fuck's sake.
Probably. He's extremely rich.
Yeah.
By the way, what is he? Is he like an investor? Like
Yeah, he's a banker, investment banker and stuff. The Wikipedia article on him is really detailed, so if you want to know, you can look at it.
I just wanted to know how he made his money.
This is why cops need to do their jobs and stop cucking to Antifa. People will eventually take it into their own hands. absolutely right, the Gaff. You're absolutely
Yeah.
right. If Antifa were not allowed to get out of hand and cause such scenes, then none of this would be happening. If the
Yeah.
cops just
I mean,
the cops just
like,
went in there with truncheons and just put them in their place.
Yeah,
The
seriously.
first fucking day it happened, none of this would be happening.
I just.
But
I don't
hey, wasn't
understand.
Berkeley Mayor connected to Antifa? I'm not surprised. He fucking didn't.
But it's like I just don't understand. Like, where are the days of Rodney King gone?
Yeah, come on,
That's my
cops.
question. Like, what happened to the cops?
Yeah.
I mean, I understand people could say, "Oh, it's political correctness and everything else," but it's like, man, like, there's got to be some fucking willingness in the police department to just like pull out the nightsticks and just go for it.
Yeah, just
And
look,
the thing is, too, is I'm sure that we all agree here that if you had the alt-right or whoever on the right stepping out of line and attacking people or whatever, like, by
Oh,
all
yeah.
means, have the cops go in and
you
crack
can
the
you can
ball.
be equal opportunities human rights abusers as far as I'm concerned. You know, just start
Seriously.
cracking those fucking skulls.
Can we stop shooting like fleeing black guys and shooting them in the back and like beating up and shooting like homeless people and maybe beating up violent protesters instead?
Yeah, I'm all for it. Like all for it.
Except in Chicago, because there they need to deploy the fucking stormtroopers there, because it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That's the only the city that I'm aware of. There maybe people can argue Baltimore or wherever else, Pittsburgh, whatever. But as far as I can tell, the only city in the United States that I'm aware of, anyways, that needs some fascists or needs some fascism is Chicago, legitimately, because they are fucking out of control there.
Chicago does have a remarkably high death rate.
Isn't that the American
Wasn't
city?
it? Wasn't it like higher than Iraq or something?
Yes, yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
It's like a dozen shootings a night, and
Yeah.
But do you
like
think after they
several
kill
murders.
everyone, they will finally, like have no one else to kill? So.
No, the black population is growing in the United States, so it's not really a good thing.
Well,
It's
I
not-
guess then the murders aren't so bad.
Well, they're not. They're not so bad that they're causing a drop in population growth. No,
And it's fine.
but
yeah, it's not fucking Brazil.
yeah, I mean, Christ.
But I mean, we're going for it. You know, we're trying to make that. Well, I guess we, as you know, if you're from Illinois, there you go. But yeah, I can't imagine living in Chicago at this point. I hear people like basically talking it down, like, it's only like a dozen or so shootings a night, so many murders a night. It's like,
Oh, it's only
okay,
a
well that's
dozen.
really fucking bad. That's like third world level. Like, what are you talking about? It sounds like people from like pretty much from Europe saying like, oh, it's just a terror attack every other month. No big deal.
It's not every other month, man. Jesus.
Oh, every other week. Sorry.
It's
Every
only
other
during
day. Mate, I was there. Antifa wasn't the ones doing bad. Every alt-right had Nazi flags. I've seen these people calling niggers for no reason. Yeah, I agree with you, man. These are terrible collectivist twats. There's nothing redeemable about either ideology. The only reason the alt-right even talk to any of us is because they're not the ones with institutional power. If they had institutional power, they'd just remove us too. For all of this sort of like, oh, we're for free speech. Yeah, that's only because you're not the one calling the shots. If people were mocking white genocide all across Twitter, you'd probably be censoring that. Let's be honest.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I think the alt-right likes to play kind of stupid on a lot of that.
Yeah, they do.
Like,
Give this
what?
man a helicopter.
Us?
I agree.
No.
But
We're more than willing to be violent, but no censorship. What?
we didn't have to do that. But the thing is, I'm not a pacifist either. I would happily, happily push you all in the gas chambers. Oh dear. I just, continental
wrong.
collectivism is just such a lazy way of approaching the world, and it's when I hear about it, it's all someone else's fault. It's always someone else's fault. It's not that you're a loser, it's everyone else that's the problem. It's alright, okay. That's pretty sweeping. Yeah, I see you've got it down. You're not responsible for the way your life turned out at all. Don't worry about that. So I'm sorry, I just don't buy it. Anything exciting going on Twitter that I can't
Just
see?
a lot of fucking tweets from politicians, from what I'm seeing. A lot of fucking tweets.
Do you want to read a couple?
some of these are like in broken English. Like, what the fuck? There's Nigel Farage retweeting shit by Trump.
Oh yeah. What did Trump say? I saw his little video speech.
Just condemning it. Just saying, you know, we need to act as one and blah blah blah. Same platitudes.
Yeah, that ain't gonna solve the problem.
I mean,
is it,
and that's the thing. Like, when people that like Trump, it's like, all right, like, you need to get Bannon in there and tell him, like, listen, the problem is collectivism.
Yeah.
The problem is
I don't think
collectivism.
even
Say that.
knows that.
If anyone understands this, it's going to be Bannon as well. You know, he's going to have the closest understanding, in my opinion.
Just, you know, Donald Trump, Donald Trump doesn't need to know. Like,
No,
I mean,
no.
if he doesn't understand it, that's fine. But you need to have somebody in there and say, like, listen, we can't fight collectivism with collectivism. You know, if you want to stand up for your rights and you want to stand against, you know, fucking white genocide or whatever else,
Yeah.
if you're white, you think you're being discriminated against, you know, fight it with individualism. Don't fight it with fellow collectivism, because you're not going to win that way, and it's wrong. And then, you know, maybe you talk about why collectivism is wrong or something like
V,
that.
did you know you're a dirty Moldavian?
Yes.
Are you actually a Moldavian?
Yeah.
That is disgusting.
Well, it's not the country Moldavia, it's the region of it.
Yeah, how could you do this to yourself?
Why is it bad? What's the bad? No, honestly, I'm curious about the stereotype. Like, what's the problem with it?
I don't really know, but I've been told that you're a dirty Moldavian, and I'm happy to run with that.
Alright.
A police
Romania has
helicopter
three
crashed?
regions. It has Transylvania, Moldavia, and Wallachia.
Did a police helicopter crash?
I don't know. I saw one tweet about it, but that was it.
Fucking hell.
Ian Miles Chong retweeted the only tweet that I've seen about it. It's only been that one report that I've seen. I haven't seen any official reporting from, like, AP or anything.
Right, okay.
But if it has happened, I'll point it out if I see it.
Yeah, yeah. Christ.
Where's the fucking Michael Iglesias or whatever the fuck, the fucking hack? That
Mhm.
was a fucking Hillary hack. Worth remembering that about 1,000 times as many people came out for the Women's March as the Unite for Right rally today.
Wow.
Yet at the same time, we're going to make it seem like that the fucking Klansmen are marching the streets in Hugo Boss, and there are fucking 10 million of them.
I'm also curious how much money was poured into the Women's March.
Yes, yes, a huge
Oh yeah,
amount.
you better believe there's a shitload
Yeah.
of money. Oh, here's a good one. Thanks for this retweet, Mr. Or former Governor Howard Dean. Gorka, Bannon, and Steve Miller are senior white nationalists around Trump. Any specific call-out would be shallow and beg new questions. That's another big thing that I've seen people saying, is that Bannon is at fault for this, and Trump.
How is Bannon at fault for this?
Because they really don't like him. And I
Yeah.
can barely understand why they don't like
Oh,
him.
I can completely understand. It's because he's a strategist. And he's been advising Trump, and Trump's not been doing as badly as they want him to do, you know. I mean, he's not doing great, but he could be doing worse, given the pressure on him as well. I mean, these people, they've been absolutely merciless inquisitors from day one. It's, you know, I think he could have done worse. Daily Mirror helicopter crashed, apparently. Can you find anything on
Fucking Eric Kane, bro. Just drop it.
that? What's he saying?
When I see a young kid with a Soviet flag, I figure he's a bit naive and idealistic. He'll grow up.
Oh god.
When you see... Yeah, but before or after, he has, like, people against the block.
Yeah. Well, no, I was thinking it was a police helicopter apparently, circling anti-Nazi protests in Charlottesville crashed and was in explosive flames.
And here we go. Let me finish what he says. That was one of two. This is 2 of 2 from Eric Kane. When you see a grown man with a swastika, though, he actually means it. It's a lifelong hatred of non-whites and Jewish people. Okay, how many people there had swastikas? How many?
Well, even then, I mean, does he honestly think that the sort of like this, you know, the people who support Stalin and turn up with fucking Castro and Che Guevara? Do you, I mean,
And the thing
do you
is,
think
too,
there are no
as much-
lifelong ideologues there, Eric?
I don't care if people are so-called anti-communist or Stalinists or whatever the way they want to phrase this, is that all I'm going to say is that they all are the same ilk to me. And it comes down to the fact that liberals get the bullet too.
Yeah.
And so if you basically take up the flag of a communist, you are my enemy, because
Yeah.
I know that I'll be the one against the bloc. So
Yeah, and the
fuck
thing
you.
is, you know, okay, you might kill the Nazis first, but then you're going to kill me second. So
Yeah.
what fucking difference does it make to me what order you kill me in? You know, if I'm going to get the bullet as well, then you're going to get the helicopter.
Good. A verified journo and fucking Howard Dean retweeting that this is that the car attack was another far right attack.
Oh,
And that there's more far right extremism than there is Islamic attacks.
Oh,
So I'm
Whatever
glad
happens
we
with
Fuck
the
off, I
evil,
hate that. I
let's
hate that
wait for
narrative.
all the information before we jump to the conclusions.
No, it's
Yeah.
we have our narrative and we gotta fucking capitalize on it while the
Yeah, but
facts
it's
are
funny
on our
because it's
side.
usually whenever it's a terrorist attack by Muslims. It's like, oh wait, let's wait, let's not jump to conclusions, blah 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 blah
yeah,
blah.
of course, it's because they're massive hypocrites, mate.
Yes.
And now it's like, oh,
They are massive,
Okay.
unrepentant
Glenn
hypocrites.
Thrush, tweeting right now on Twitter, writes for New York Times and in Politico and a whole bunch of other things. He's a White House correspondent. It's
Mm-hmm.
neither unfair nor inaccurate to point out that the president has been tougher on Mitch McConnell than Putin or the Nazis in the last 24 hours.
These people are going to cause a civil war, man. They're going to be the authors of it. I'm telling you. So someone says people there were regular right wingers, now white nationalists. Brittany Venti, James Allsop, downplay Nazism, Confederate. It's just the Roman salute, bruh. It's just heritage flag, bruh. It's growing. Why? Constant attacks on white people. That's fucking why it's growing. If they weren't just constantly saying, you know what, white people suck, but white people can't defend themselves. I mean, like, you can't expect someone to just continually take insults and denigration all day, every day.
Well, there's the thing is that there's a lot of people out there online and on social media that are a variation of ideologies, whether it's like they're feminists or black supremacists who say that they want to see the elimination of whites.
Yeah.
And that they toy with kill all white people and all the rest.
Oh, they're
but
alive.
I got an update.
Go
On
on.
Eric Kane. I disagree with Antifa's means much of the time, but they still aren't as vile as Nazis.
So apparently Many Sides is currently number 4 US trending. It's full of people bitching at Trump for condemning all of it, saying he's protecting bigots and Nazis. Oh, get fucked. I mean, no, look, he's not protecting them. They're all wrong. All of you. No side in this is coming out of it clean.
Oh my god, another tweet by Eric Kane. Also, anyone who thinks the Soviets were good students of Marx hasn't ever been... Oh my god, Eric Kane, are you a communist?
He does seem to have communist sympathies, doesn't he?
God, bourgeois, SoCal, dickhead journo.
This is so weird. What is with this communist sympathizing, Eric? You know they were cancer, right? You're a liberal, aren't you?
Only so many tens of millions, hundreds of millions dead. Only
you know,
so
like
many.
every time you say, oh, they were communists, people say they're not really communists. And most of the time they're right. You know, they don't follow the
Well,
ideology.
you know, they
So-
weren't real Nazis either, you know.
Yeah, but listen, what
Yeah,
you say
I'm joking.
is that
I'm joking.
every time in history when someone advocated that, yeah, I'll bring socialism or I'll bring communism, they
Mhm.
don't manage to do it. What they manage to do, however, is bring famine, death, starvation, and gross misrepresentation of human rights.
Well, yeah, they end up killing lots of people and failing. Thus is ever it will be with communism and socialism. So can we just stop trying communism and socialism now, please? You know, I mean, is there anyone who isn't, you know, like actually on
I
the
got
other
an
side of this
update
argument?
on the helicopter. Apparently, a helicopter did crash, and it was a National Guard helicopter, so that's bad.
Right, shit. Any particular reason? I'm sure it's not to do with the protesters, though, right?
It
Probably too
probably
early.
crashed through a malfunction. I
Yeah.
doubt someone should shot it down. If they shot it down or something like that, it'd be fucking insane.
Yeah, like Matthew here. I hate both sides, but it pisses me off how the MSM and progressives act like there isn't a dangerous ideology behind Antifa. Yeah, me too, dude. And what annoys me the most is that like they get institutional cover from the progressives and the SJWs. It's just like in the MSM in general. It's just like they seem to be broadly well disposed to them. They'll be like, oh, these are anti-fascists. Like, you mean they're communists? They're communists. I mean, liberals wouldn't describe themselves as anti-fascists. There'd be no need. You know, I'm a liberal. Of course I'm not a fascist. I'm a liberal. Well, of course I'm not a communist. But they don't have, you know, they hide. I swear to God, they hide themselves behind the term liberal.
Yeah, it's like atheism, you know, like they co-opt something and they use the term to describe it.
They absolutely do. What have you just found, Louis? Sounds like you found something good.
It's just people responding to Eric Kane in his fucking continual. Apparently, fucking Donald Trump just tweeted out his video again.
Really?
He's just like spamming Twitter with this video.
Well, I mean, what do they expect him to do?
You know, get a gun and go there, shoot some Nazis.
Trump rides in on a fucking motorbike with a gun. That'd be amazing. Best timeline. So I'm just looking at the hashtag at the moment. Melania Trump. Our country encourages freedom of speech, but let's communicate without hate in our hearts. No good comes from violence. Okay, but that's not going to stop them, is it?
I got another one. Mark Herring, who I believe is a politician, he's an attorney general for Virginia, says, "The violence, chaos, and apparent loss of life in Charlottesville is not the fault of many sides," quoting Trump. It is racist and white supremacist.
Get fucked.
Didn't a lot of white people get killed in the name of white supremacy there?
Yeah.
Oh. Communists just didn't do nothing.
No, Bill Clinton, like fucking, even as we protect free speech and assembly, we must condemn hatred, violence, and white supremacy. Okay, that's great, Bill. That's great. Can we also condemn communism? Can we condemn...
No.
Can we condemn this? Is it really beyond us to condemn a murderous ideology? What?
No.
We're just leaving it alone. Right, okay, gotcha, Bill.
Oh,
Thanks.
Fucking... This is hilarious. This is exactly what I said it would be. Like, this is exactly as fucking ridiculous. Like, they refuse to acknowledge that this is a symptom. Like, all of this is a fucking symptom. Like, race relations have regressed.
Yes.
Like, this all has regressed so badly. But it's like, again, like, you pumped up, and this is one of the things I said in the Skype chat, was like, they pumped up collectivism for decades. And it's like, all of a sudden there's collectivists everywhere, and I just don't understand what's happening. It's like... Are you guys fucking retarded? Like, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing.
You must know. I mean, you can't be so fucking stupid. I mean, the thing is, right, the question is, right, why are the alt-right out marching and fighting, right? Because, and they're literally saying...
defending a statue.
Yeah.
Just defending a statue.
No, but philosophically. Like, and they're literally saying, well, white lives matter. And you wouldn't know that white lives did matter if you just watched the progressive media. If you watch the progressive media, as far as you can tell, white lives are the problem, right? Understandable for them to say white lives matter. It's true. The progressives are complete fucking racists to white people. They treat white people the way the alt-right treats the Jews. It's like, okay, fine. I agree that they shouldn't be doing that. And I agree that you shouldn't be out in the streets. So the first thing to do is for Trump to turn around to the media and say, stop demonizing white people. That is the way to stop this.
You know what they answer to that?
We're cucks, we hate white people.
No. They
white people are successful, therefore we have to hate them? It's part of our fucking beta religion?
You know
I
what
don't know.
Say? They say, oh, it's not happening, you're crazy.
Well, then they're wrong. And they're delusional science-denying people, like the people who work at Google. You know, they're just wrong. These people are not fit to be paid attention to when it comes to the opinion of what's really going on, because they're just in full-on, flat-out denial mode. Fuck these people. Right,
so they basically make it seem like you're crazy, you know? It's like, no, that's not a problem.
They're crazy gaslighting bitches, and they're wrong. And it's like,
I got an update on the car, the car crash,
the
car attack. Apparently there is a real question as to whether it was intentional or not. So I would say wait for further confirmation, because even the police are saying that they're not sure.
Yeah, so Mantarok says, socialism could be viable with AI-managed resource distribution and robotics controlling medial labour jobs. Maybe. It's a long discussion. At some point in the future, it's probably going to happen just out of the lack of need for control over these things. When everything's produced in abundance and no one needs anything, you're just not going to need money anymore. But we need to let that happen naturally if it does happen.
While we're here, can I just say that I said this earlier, but I just want to relay to chat. I currently have a 2016 Dodge Challenger that I'm looking to sell.
Louis, you've got to stop
it's got a
telling
couple
jokes like
scratches.
this. These are the
scratches
jokes
on
that
the
get me
front.
in trouble because they're so fucking outrageously bad that I can't help but laugh at it. It's genuinely funny just how awful a thing that is. And then I get in trouble for laughing at you and not something else. It really pisses me off.
Oh, yeah,
I had some guy come after me earlier and
not,
attack.
Well, to be fair, there aren't any bodies, so is it okay to
No,
laugh?
there is somebody that died. Somebody did
Yeah.
die.
So Charlottesville told Venezuela to hold its beer. It's a fair comment. The problem is with literacy. If they just knew how to read, they could have seen the car specifically told them to dodge.
Oh! Ooh, that's a spicy one.
Yeah, that's going to get me in trouble. Thanks very much. Don't make Thunderfoot leave again. Yeah, I know, dude. I know. I don't want to leave twice.
He's out. Shit! I'm out of the skeptic community.
Oh God.
I had
Not
somebody
again.
do that to me on Twitter. I had somebody giving me shit about that. Like, oh, well, you're still part of the skeptic community. It's like, I haven't changed. Like, I don't know what you're fucking talking to me, bro. It's like, no, I have. Like, I've become more enlightened. I've evolved my beliefs. It's like, that great for you, bro. Great for you. I don't give a fucking shit.
Yeah, I'm sure you've been doing some heavy philosophical reading.
Oh, yeah.
Surprised that BuzzFeed hasn't been burned down with the rising tension. Honestly, I think it's only a matter of time. And like with Gawker, I'm not going to weep a tear for BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
Oh, you actually wept for Gawker?
No. I said like with Gawker, I'm not going to shed a tear.
I understood that like.
Yeah. No, I she'll be she'll be just stone-faced. I'm like, wow, don't say I didn't warn you.
Which is the biggest cancer right now in the press?
It's a good question. It's not that there's a lack of cancer, it's just choosing the biggest one.
Yeah, that's the difficulty of it.
Yeah. Honestly, I hate The Guardian. I fucking hate The Guardian.
I think Guardian is
Daka's
wild.
just like Antifa didn't do nothing. Eric Kane, 2016, said it in 2017 too.
Ooh,
Steve-
I got a video of the helicopter crash.
I think I've got a more relevant thing though. Stephen Cooper says McCarthy did nothing wrong, and I actually have sources that confirm he did not. So, go on, send us the video. Let's have a look.
I sent it in the chat.
Okay.
Apparently, it's right after it crashed.
Jesus.
I think the biggest one is CNN. The Guardian hasn't blackmailed anyone yet. Not that we know of.
Well, that's true.
What a fucking disaster! What a disaster
Yeah,
for
this-
fucking Charlotte, fucking Virginia at this point. If it couldn't get worse, you got fucking National Guard helicopters crashing.
Jesus Christ. It really is. I don't mean to laugh. It's not funny, but it's just like, this is all like, I don't know, it's just so ridiculous. This has gone too far. And I think at this point we can now say, look, it's gone too far. You really have to knock off this diversity crap. This is the problem. Everyone can see this is where it's coming from. It's your fucking cult that has to be stopped.
Oh, I got one.
Look at this.
fucking-
Like, every time a white person gets fired for the sake of diversity, the alt-right grows more and more. You're right. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I support
Absolutely.
North Korea nuking Charlottesville. Quick, tweet that at Donald Trump.
I wouldn't do
But yeah,
that.
sorry, go on. I'm joking.
Bernie Sanders let out a bunch of tweets earlier today, and I replied to him, and it's the truth of the matter, that he is completely unequipped to deal with this situation. He completely bowed down to identity politics.
Yeah.
So
He got absolutely
anyone-
cucked by Black Lives Matter.
anyone that bows down to identity politics is not equipped to deal with the current situation.
No.
You know, whether it's they fundamentally don't understand it or they're just fucking spineless.
Yeah.
They can't do anything to remedy this.
I mean, Bernie understands it as well. He actually objected to it, but it didn't go anywhere. And I think if Bernie had made a big stink about it, he could have made it go somewhere. because most popular politician in your country. So, if he can't do something, then nobody fucking can. But honestly, though, I think Ron Paul can still win.
It's surprising to me that if the guy they found is the wrong guy, it's pretty surprising because they do have this guy's plate.
Yeah. I mean, I have a breaking report from chat, actually. Theo informs us that Bernie drove the Dodge. Christ, Bernie, that's not a good look. Just for any humorless SJWs listening, we don't actually think Bernie was driving the Dodge. We think he was in the passenger seat.
I got another verified for you that says it's a Matt Johnson who says there's no apolitical response to what happened today in Charlottesville.
Oh, well,
you pick a side. Choosing to ignore it is a side. Well, I guess we know that we're against the bloc.
Yep. I guess we know who we're against. It's pretty much everybody, which is the identifier. The driver of the car has been identified as one David Sherratt.
Oh my god, I'm going to get another community strike.
Tweet from Ian Miles Chung. The owner of the car is anti-Trump and made posts supporting communism. Imagine my shock. I'm just going to assume that Bernie did steal it at this point.
Well, then is what posted what? There was a follow-up that said that was the wrong guy. Was that fake or what?
I don't know.
Did he just send you that?
Someone in the chat sent that. But Jaden Frostwolf makes a good point. But how can Bernie be the cook? Trump was the one trying to divide us by class, gender, and race. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Fucking. Oh god.
Well, the only thing with, and I'm sure that we've discussed this before, that the only valid thing that I think can be discussed in terms of difference is class. I think that is something worth debating. That doesn't mean that necessarily you go full-blown proletariat bourgeoisie.
Well, no, obviously. And I do
think that class is worth discussing.
No, that's the thing. I can't remember who it was. It was one of the founding fathers. It was in this book. They had a little passage from where he's saying, look, no matter what you might think, the rich are people too. So you can't just strip them of their rights. These are rights for everyone, regardless of your wealth.
Oh, here's a fucking hot take. Hot take from Seth Moulton, who's a congressman in MA, I think that's MA, Missouri? No, it's MI.
Right, okay.
Maryland, maybe? Anyways, so it's from a congressman who says, I fought to defend America's right to protest, not for white supremacists to spew intolerance. Hatred has no place in USA. Hashtag Charlottesville.
I love how they say so many words without actually saying something. Did you notice that?
Oh, that's typical politics.
Yeah, it's so brave for him to say. What does Tulsi Gabbard say? Come, what's my wife?
Oh, she had a bad one. Unfortunately.
Really? What did she?
Go
on, yeah, find it. I need to know. Oh, Tulsi, don't break my heart, love.
She is. I looked it up.
I'll talk around.
Fucking Hawaii Bay. Fucking didn't follow through. It was one tweet. Oh god, you tweeted out a shitty video too. Oh no.
Oh god, what did the tweet say? What did the tweet say?
The tweet said, I call on all Americans to reject and denounce racist demonstrations in Charlottesville, spelled incorrectly, by KKK, neo-Nazis, etc. We need aloha/love for all.
Oh,
well,
she posted.
Have a love for white people,
she posted a follow-up. Apparently, Tyler Valle just sent me a message and says it was the wrong guy. That they got the wrong guy.
Well, I mean, on the plus side, she got it half right. Yeah.
Well, she sent out a video that it's a 4-minute video. Let me see.
Yeah, let me know how cancerous it is, because Tulsi, don't hurt me. It's so telling that Black Lives Matter can burn down buildings while the police stand down, but while white people with torches merits National Guard deployment. Yeah.
See, okay, the fucking video that she just tweeted out is fucking irritating. It's this position of, I mean, maybe it's different than what I'm watching here, but like, all right, let me just keep going.
Well, actually, send me a link, and I think I can probably put it on.
Okay, because
you won't be able to hear it, but people that are watching will be able to hear it.
This is what Tulsi tweeted out.
Oh, Tulsi. Well, I'm not black, you are not white. Was that it?
Yeah, I'd send it to you.
Right, okay, just checking that was the right one. Right, I wonder, chat, let me know if you can hear this.
I am not black. I mean, that's what the world calls me, but it's not me. I didn't come out of my mother's womb saying, hey everybody, I'm black. No, I was taught to be black. And you were taught to call me that, along with whatever you call yourself. It's just a label. See, from birth, the world force feeds us these labels. And eventually, we all swallow them. We digest and accept the labels, never, ever doubting them. But there's one problem. Labels are not you, and labels are not me. Labels are just labels. But who we truly are is not skin deep. See, when I drive my car, no one would ever confuse the car for me.
Alright, so I'm about a minute, 10 seconds in, and this is fucking vapid bullshit.
Why do you confuse me for...
Yeah, I'm a minute 2 in. I mean, I can agree with the principle. Yeah, let's not define ourselves as the labels that we attach to ourselves. You know, I mean, it seems to be an anti-identitarian video, which is something I fundamentally agree with. Don't get me wrong, it's insufferably bourgeois, but what are you going to do?
We're not live, are we?
Yeah, we are live, yeah.
Holy, every time.
Yeah.
I apologize to your audience.
Yes, you should. How's your memeing going?
Pretty good.
Surely this has been fairly memeable.
The whole thing has been, I've turned into Doom Paul. You could have prevented this.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't call it a grave.
Yeah.
This is quite literally the future you chose.
Yeah, this is why it's just like, I can't find much sympathy for anyone involved. It's like, well, you know, we knew this was coming. Like Phoenix Rice said, look up the following Google images: white inventors, white couple, white woman with children, European history people, European people art. Yeah, Google will give you a big selection of black people. It's weird.
It is weird and kind of cultish, but I think people really see it. I'm an optimist with all of this. As I said kind of earlier on the Twitters, people are so suspicious of mainstream media now that there's a large section of the US population that reads mainstream media and actively does the opposite of what it tells them to do.
Yeah, and at this point I can understand why they exist. Daka says, police helicopter was obviously shot down by Antifa members wielding Stinger missile launchers. Christ. Like,
no.
This is serious. I mean, Bernie driving into a crowd and then this.
Yeah. No. What happened was that one of the leftists they were attempting to throw out of the helicopter wrestled control.
Yeah, I might just call this a fake news stream. You're not gonna, we don't know what's happening, but then they don't either. I don't think so.
I'm going to say it's about as real as the actual news is. There's people been constantly reporting that Richard Spencer's been arrested, but he hasn't.
No, is it? What? In fact, what's he been tweeting?
Richard Spencer things. I don't follow Richard Spencer.
Just look him up. See what he's been tweeting.
Okay.
Let's hear his victim narrative.
Let's read some Richard Spencer tweets.
White genocide was carried out tonight.
Richard Spencer's such a fucking milquetoast Nazi, though.
Tell me about it.
He is. He is the Milky Bar of the Nazis. He is. I don't know. He's The
thing is, he was. I called him a Nazi the other day. Not to. I wasn't insulting him. I was just, it was a tweet. Not fucking.
He last
treated.
tweeted 3 hours ago. He said Trump should not have praised the state and local police. They did the opposite of their job. Total disaster. Which, honestly, yeah, I think he's probably right.
Yeah, he probably is. But he asked me not to call him a Nazi. I was like, okay, that's fair enough. I'd call you a racial collectivist. Because you are a racial collectivist. You're a white identity.
Got an update on Bernie Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
He apparently he's quoting Trump, a video from Trump where he talks about what happened.
So you're about to say he's quoting the Bible.
No, Trump quotes. The Trump quote is, "We condemn in the strongest possible terms the egregious display of hatred, bigotry, and violence on many sides." And Bernie Sanders says in response, "No, Mr. President, this is a provocative effort by neo-Nazis to foment racism and hatred and create violence. Call it out for what it is." Good job, Bernie Sanders, you fucking moron.
I like it that Trump says, everyone perpetrating violence on the ground is retarded, and then they immediately start the autistic screeching.
Yeah. It's like, do you not agree with that, though? Do you not agree that Antifa and the alt-right fighting each other is
How many
retarded?
of these same fucking people gave a fucking shit about Antifa committing violence? How many gave a fucking shit?
If these people would have just stayed home and let the ineffectual retards hold their rally, no one would have died. Fucking true. You know, if you just left them alone, nothing would have happened. They would have just looked stupid as all shit. They were busy looking stupid as all shit before you interrupted them.
It's not fully confirmed, but there is some evidence emerging from people running the license plate of that car that the person involved evidence is they're not a neo-Nazi at all.
Yeah, they're probably going to be a Bernie
voter. If it's that one guy that they sent out the social media things, I've received several people. I've gotten 3 DMs so far saying that it's not him. They got the wrong guy.
Right.
They got the wrong guy.
So what you're saying is it was Bernie Sanders?
Possibly.
Well,
Apparently,
who's seen
he
it?
doesn't understand the difference between a fucking white nationalist and neo-Nazis.
To be fair, none of them do. None of them know what the Nazis were. That's the problem.
Yeah.
None of it. They don't know. They just don't.
Well,
know.
there are still legit bona fide neo-Nazis.
Yeah,
and
there
it's
are.
probably the guy that was carrying the Nazi flag. That guy may have been a legit fucking neo-Nazi.
Yeah.
But you notice all the other guys that aren't carrying them, they're probably not.
I'm always skeptical about things like that because there were a lot of confirmed cases of people basically being plants within stuff like the Tea Party as well. We don't know who that person is.
That guy could be a fucking FBI agent for all we know.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. You get a lot of people who are within these events who are deliberately trying to discredit them, and we found that it's been happening as well within Antifa as well, but to a lesser degree. But there is a lot of false flagging going on all sides of this. We need to be very skeptical about everything we see.
You know that Bundy guy?
Yeah.
That
what's he saying?
No, he's in jail.
Bundy.
The FBI infiltrated and got him.
Oh
and,
right.
Like,
Ted. Oh yeah. The ranchers.
Yeah, them.
Right. Yeah.
They're like in jail now.
Right.
So
Okay,
that's
sure.
what I mean. Is that like, I'm confident that as it relates to like the alt-right and all that, I'm sure, and that's one of the things that Gavin McInnes talks a lot about is that why he never wants to associate with the alt-right is because he thinks that the like half of them are like fucking FBI agents.
Yeah.
Well, it's true.
Yeah.
It's probably true. Well, there's a lot of infiltration, I think, on the account level, on social media and certain haunts as well. It's kind of what happened to the early days of Anonymous, in that it's a lot of it is.
Okay, hang on a sec. Yeah, my sister and her fiance live in Charlottesville. He is in the FD, the fire department, I guess, and called in all his favors to get away with this shit. So who are you talking about, David? Sorry. The driver has been identified as a Jeremy Corbyn. Apparently, he was driving on the wrong side of the road by mistake. To be honest with you, he may have had an ideological motive for that as well. So, jeez. Oh god.
Are we gonna continue on with this fucking cringy fucking video, or we're just gonna act?
Yeah, okay. Let's have a bit more of the cringy video. Right, I'm gonna keep playing it now.
My body. It's my body. Get it? Not me. Let me break it down. See, our bodies are just cars that we operate and drive around. The dealership we call society decided to label mine the black edition, yours the Irish or white edition. And with no money down, 0% APR, and no test drive, we were forced to own these cars for the rest of our lives. Forgive me, but I fail to see the logic or pride in defining myself or judging another
Okay,
by
can
the
we
cars
stop
we drive.
really quick? I'm not sure how far in you are. It's like, okay,
137.
Let me be clear. Like, I am very much a self-avowed individualist. There are racial differences. Okay.
Yeah, but that's not what he's talking
Be
about.
honest about that. There are racial differences, and I don't see what's.
No, but the thing is, like,
gained by
racial
not-
differences are minor, and they make them up to be.
Yeah,
so
but that's
huge
not what this
that
guy's
the black
talking
people aren't even human.
Yeah. He's saying that racial differences is a conspiracy.
No, well, it didn't really. You got that, did
Yes.
you?
He says it was invented in the 1500s for the purposes of dividing people.
Oh,
Really? Then
right.
why
Okay,
is
no,
it
no,
that
no.
black people
That's
have
not.
higher
No,
blood
look.
pressure?
Yeah, okay, but it seemed to me that he was talking about the identity of black and white, and it seemed that he was saying, look, I was born with these things, but that's not how I'm choosing to identify myself. You know, I'm going to be like an individual. I'm going to be Carl. You're going to be Louis. You're going to be V. You know, that's how it's coming across to me. Maybe I'm interpreting it wrong.
Are any of the comments talking about how quote unquote colorblindness actually makes racism worse?
Oh, good question. Tell this to BuzzFeed. It's all about colour for them. I wish they would show this in school. Yeah, no, I'm pretty much with this message, man. I mean, the way don't get me wrong, right? The way they're putting it across is gay as fuck. But that's fine.
Yeah,
at least it's the right message.
It's so gay.
Yeah, at least it's the right message. You know, don't sit there and say, "Look, I'm a black person, therefore." Yeah, I don't care that you're black, and it's not an achievement. It's not, you know, it's not relevant to my fucking life. If you're being a colossal tit, then I don't care that you're black. If you're being nice, then I don't care if you're black. Like,
this feels like it feels like one of those really cringy Kickstarter pitch videos as well.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
with inspiring music in the background.
Yeah,
there's a lot of like. It's one of the reasons why like I've never really associated with the humanitarianism sort of thing, because it's extremely globalist.
Just be honest, Louis, because you hate people, isn't it?
No, it's because I think that the people are different, and I don't think that it's appropriate to just deny, because this is the route of social constructivists.
Yeah.
This is that same route, and I'm not with it. So, you know, I'd rather I guess take the people that say that that racial differences are a conspiracy and not true. I guess I'd rather take one of those kind of people over the fucking insane, you know, supremacist types. I guess they're better in that regard.
Yeah, but they're just as bad. Because then when you have like Sargon saying, look, there is a field where you can find the skeleton and you can tell the race, you can tell the sex, you know, the gender.
Right.
And they're like, oh, you're a racist.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're not wrong, bro.
Woolly Bumblebee was literally saying that. I'm like, are you insane? This is... It's not phrenology. It's not a moral judgment. This is actual science. I mean, like, archaeologists have this. You know, forensic scientists need to know all of this.
Yeah, we would not.
I just went to a forensic science website. You know,
you find the skeleton in the ground, and you know the police wouldn't be able to basically accurately say, okay, is this a man or a woman?
I don't understand how they think that's racist, though, because you can tell a lot about a person from kind of their features. Like even on a skeleton.
All right, calm down, phrenologist.
No,
just whip out the calipers.
What they can do is they can tell roughly what kind of diets people had as well, just by looking at their teeth. Yeah, it's stuff like that. It's like, no.
I got a hot quote, a hot meme by that guy T.
Go
on. He quotes the official Dodge account that has a Dodge Challenger SRT in the photo, and that guy T says the official muscle car of anti-communism.
Are we gonna have to ban assault cars now?
That's pretty fucking spicy.
That is spicy. Yeah, that is. So another report in. The driver has been identified as a Tariq Nasheed, who was pissed off that Antifa protesters' asses were not washed. They don't look like the cleanliest of types. I saw Moldy Locks' video. It was the only video I've ever had to torrent.
Can you imagine if the guy was actually alt-right and he would have just went into the protesters?
Oh, what, screaming, "This is for America" or the white race or something?
Oh my god.
It wouldn't be too much different from what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, they're treating it like
it seems to me that they're calling this whole event terrorism based on the fact that of this car attack, and it still hasn't been confirmed that this guy was alt-right, and it hasn't even been confirmed whether it was intentional or not. But I just love it.
Like, his accelerator might have locked on. He might have just been like a stupid kid who panicked, or he might have been.
It appears that there's a question that somebody may have smashed in his back windshield, and that may have been why he accelerated.
You just don't know. That's the thing. At this stage, it's just you just don't know.
No, but it's funny because the Young Turks and all the others were like, we need to wait for the fact before we make a conclusion. And I was like, what nationalism?
Yeah, it's not
the neo-Nazis.
It's not exactly like he ran in there with a machete shouting Allah Akbar, is it?
Yeah.
Although then that's just America fucking imperialism.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if it turns out it was a car of peace and it was just incidental?
What, an incidental Islamic terror attack?
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
I would.
What would they even say?
It would fuck everyone up. It'd be so good.
But yeah, when we say it'd be so good, it's awful. But it would be funny to see what people say.
You have to mention it for the retards who don't get.
Yes, I know. There are literally so many retards. So, like, what you think? Like, I had someone like who had spoken to Hank Green on my behalf, and one of the things that they said that he said was that I was like, well, I'd said that like harassment was bad as a tactic, and it's like as if it's not a moral principle. It's like, Hank, you fucking idiots. I think we're a bit beyond the moral principle argument. You know, I think if like arguing to them, it's not right to just harass people on the internet. I think if that worked, they wouldn't already be doing it. You fucking cuck.
It's like, look, it's a bad tactic as well as
Yes.
not being very moral.
Exactly. You know, okay, you don't. You know, the people doing it clearly don't care about the moral argument. You know, so let's not make that, Hank. That's not going to work. You know, it's against their interest to do it.
Speaking of that guy, T, did you guys ever see the comic I made about that guy, T?
No.
No.
It's pretty good. I think he retweeted it at one point, but
I sent him the article about the Pepsi Navy. I think he was quite excited. I think he quite likes the idea of Coca-Cola Death Squads, to be honest.
oh yeah, I can't believe you didn't know about that.
No, I didn't. It was amazing.
You're such a history basic bitch, Sargon.
Well, it's no. It's the sort of modern history. I like ancient history.
I
Wait,
know.
Are there like Coca-Cola Death Squad? Is that an actor?
No. At one point, to smooth over a deal for continuing manufacturing.
Sorry,
Pepsi
I
in-
just need to read out a super chat for it disappears. So there is no white genocide. We promise Goys. Sargoy here is fully qualified and informed enough to speak on our behalf. Remember the 6 Gorillian Goys. Thanks for that, Dr. Strangelove. Thanks for those $5. Tweet
I was
from
going to say, in regards to white genocide, my opinion is that there needs to be a racial merger between whites and East Asians.
This is your
I believe that is
weebness
the
talking,
solution.
isn't it?
No, it is this. It is the solution to white genocide.
final
It is a
solution to the white
It will
race.
be the first racial merger in history.
But
and
the
it needs to
question,
happen.
the question for the alt-right is: have you considered the benefits of this racial merger? Right, that this racial merger is going to give the white race another couple of points of IQ.
Yes.
I mean, that's going to be good in itself.
No,
Well,
Sargon,
the question is,
Sargon.
will it still be called the White Race? Considering now it's merged.
Well, it's
Let
not
me-
going to
let
get
me sell
that
it.
dark.
Let me sell it to the alt-right for you, okay, alt-right people? Cute Asian girlfriends. There we go.
That's yeah, but Tara McCarthy isn't going to be down with this. She's going to be like, no,
Yeah.
this is white genocide. So how do we persuade
It's
Tara
because she's
McCarthy?
a fucking plain Jane basic bitch and she stands to lose.
No, but she no, because it's not. They're not white. Well, she does, yeah, but they're not white. So of course she stands to lose. For her, it's the end of the white race. She's trying to preserve that, and there's no benefit. There's no hot Asian waifu. So what does she do?
It's true. Like if you just show the alt-right a nice big pair of Asian titties, they are just all that racial purity goes out the window.
Yep.
It's amazing.
So
It's their Achilles heel.
Joe Biden.
No, it's not. It's just making a concession. It's meeting in the middle.
so
I think it's worth it.
The Geth tweet, it says, tweet from Joe Biden, there is only one side in Charlottesville. The replies show exactly why there is not only one side. I bet it's nothing but rampant SJW bullshit, isn't it? Fucking neo-Nazis. It's like, oh god, you make Nazis. You people make Nazis.
Yeah, shout
You
out to
construct
Tyler.
them.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say that shout out to Tyler Preston, who's fighting the good fight.
Good man. But seriously,
I'm
these
still
people
curious, like,
fucking make
what was
Nazis.
the thing with the Pepsi that you mentioned?
Oh, Pepsi's Navy, yes. What happened was that in order to smooth over a deal between PepsiCo and the USSR, the USSR had trouble paying in rubles, so instead they paid PepsiCo to secure manufacturing continuing the USSR. They paid them in submarines and warships.
Oh wow!
And for a few days in the late 80s, I think it was. I think it was 1989 this happened, or 1990. They had like the 3rd biggest fleet of submarines in the world or something. Or it might have just been diesel submarines, but still, they were a naval power for a short time. Until they sold it to like the Swedes to scrap it.
Yeah,
So
but
it-
basically, like they couldn't use it; they had to sell it.
Literally like FanCap and ANCAP Fancy Utopia.
It is. For like 3 days it was.
Pepsi having that.
Except it was the company that was it Pepsi? I'm pretty sure Coca-Cola sold drinks to the Nazis.
Oh, probably.
Coca-Cola was produced in Germany for a while, and then they kind of they turned it into Fanta. That was the domestic
And then
distribution.
the Germans sold it to us.
Yeah, Fanta, FYI, Nazi drink.
Yes. Yeah, if you don't know what
Shush.
Fanta is, you're not missing anything.
Shout out to Richard Spencer. Drink Fanta.
It's not really. It's so stupid when people try and associate products with that kind of thing, with history. It's like, there's
Well,
nothing
I'll-
really to do with current bearing.
I'll associate IBM with a Nazi party.
I think it's worth pointing out that the Nazis were fascists. Remember, so it's not like you had a free economy. It's not like they could turn around and go, you know what, we're not going to work with the Nazi Party. So
Oh, are you saying they were National Socialists? Are you saying they got their ideology from Mussolini, who was previously a very hardcore socialist?
Yes, I am.
Ah.
It's only because I've looked into the history of it. I mean, man,
yeah, it's only because you're not completely ignorant of history.
Yeah. Like the whole fucking thing, like the Nazis weren't socialists. Yeah, they were.
Speaking of history, when are you going to debunk Sean and Jen's video?
Oh my god! It takes a lot of time to actually read through these things. And
I'm sorry. I have a breaking spicy meme.
Oh god! I really can't be bothered. It's quite amusing how in the end they came to the conclusion that it was immigrants that destroyed the Western Roman Empire. So it's like fab.
Oh my god! I gotta retweet that. That's great.
Where's this meme? Oh fucking hell!
Ooh.
Okay, right, I'll try and put it on the screen.
I can't believe I didn't think of that.
Oh god. Why am I letting this happen?
There's so many fucking Dodge memes coming out right now.
Ooh, it's so spicy. I might make some tomorrow. I need to make some Dragon Ball Z Abridged memes about this. I need that image, but with Piccolo shouting "Dodge."
Okay, everyone should be able to see that.
Oh,
So I denounce this meme.
I don't. That meme's fucking spicy.
Oh Jesus!
There's people tweeting out fake images. They're saying that this is officially tweeted out by fucking Dodge.
They need to get a fucking crowd plow attachment, was they need to do. Like millions.
I tell you, OBS is great. I love how flexible this program is.
Oh my god, this thing is just pure fucking. It's all memes.
Oh, are you finally using OBS?
Yes.
I use XSplit because I'm not a fucking peasant.
Well, I am a peasant. Thank you.
No, if you get used to OBS, XSplit is pretty powerful if you ever want to stream at like 60 frames a second. Decent. It's got decent quality wise.
Well, this one's pretty good to be honest.
Yeah, OBS.
I've really
I've
got
used
no.
OBS before.
Yeah. No, I mean, it does everything I'll ever need to do. So. But yeah, this is
you can get XSplit licenses relatively cheaply. So.
The protesters chanting "traps are gay." Why do you think he went full throttle? Everyone knows traps are not gay.
How
moral justification coming out now, chat.
We've been over this. I mean, you know, the protesters were chanting
Saint
"traps are
Elliot
gay."
Roger.
I don't even understand how this is a meme. It's like a man that dresses like a woman. Why would that not be high levels of faggotry?
The joke is that you're attracted to it and you're trying to justify it.
Thank
That's
you.
the joke.
I needed that explanation.
You're welcome.
I like that we keep coming back to it. It is the eternal debate, though. There's certain people who just like it breaks their mind that people think that traps are gay. It's like one of those things. People have a preconceived notion about it. I don't know. It's a meme, but people also
it really does. It does come down to whether it's what you believe or what you do that makes you what you are. That's
it is a
basically
very
what it is.
philosophical question.
It is. And no, honestly, I've been reading about this stuff recently as well. Like,
Yeah.
About whether traps are gay.
yeah, no, kind of. Like it depends. It depends whether you think that it's what you do.
Was this the link? Wait. Was this the research you were doing on X Hamster Hard?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Well, obviously, right? They've got a whole trap section. I needed to know, right? And so I've worked out through my extensive research that yeah, basically, right. What they're saying to themselves is, look, I think it's a woman, therefore I'm not gay because I'm not attracted to a woman. But the other side is, well, you're having sex with a man, therefore you're gay. So it's
okay, you heard it here first. Sargon has not been researching ancient texts. He's been fucking knee deep in a mountain of boy pussy.
It's true.
He came to the answer: no, it's not gay.
I've heard that 4chan tracked the license plate of the left-wing activist. Any thoughts? Friendly fire. We're not sure. No one knows yet.
A lot of people are saying that's fake. A lot of people
Yeah.
are saying it's unconfirmed. A lot of people are saying it's true. So at this stage, we just don't know.
And a lot of things could be fake. So
I got a lot of people saying that they got the wrong guy.
somebody's like, "Be right back and building Liberty Prime, please, my friend." The driver confirmed as Sam Hyde. The victim told reporters he can't keep getting away with this.
No, I'm pretty sure the quote that he called over a left-wing verified reporter before he pulled into the crowd, and he said the weak should fear the strong, and then took off into the crowd.
Oh my god.
What do you think about this morality, Sargon? The weak should fear the strong.
Well, I think it's the morality of collectivism. It really is.
No, I think it's slave morality. It's master morality.
Kind of. It's just like Machiavellian power politics. It's just the honest truth of it is if you don't have the power to stop us, then you've got nothing you can do.
There's so many Dodge memes.
It's from the Melian dialogue. It's really brutal, actually. So the Melians make perfectly cogent like arguments, but the Athenians are like, well, yeah, tough. What are you going to do? Nothing. And so it's like, why are we even talking then?
Did they just send them a picture of fucking Sam Hyde with a woman in a headlock?
Basically.
Was that their actual response?
Did you see the one where it's Sam Hyde in a car driving it like with the motion motion blur? Did you see that one?
There's so many good Sam Hyde memes.
So Merc says today has been a hell of a day for intel gathering. Still don't have a clear picture of what's going on. Also, traps aren't gay, but the people who love them are. Free Sargon, fuck Jack. Interesting take.
Oh yeah, traps themselves are not gay.
Why? So if I'm a man and I dress like
I
a
love
woman,
you just say it.
and I fuck another man,
Well, is fucking another man gay, V?
yes,
Yeah, but what if you think it's a woman?
doesn't matter what I think. Real.
Right. Okay. Well, there we go. You're on the yes, they are gay
It's not mind over
side.
matter, you know.
Yeah, but if you're attracted, if you're homosexual, if you're straight, sorry, then you're attracted to women, right? And so if you think you're having sex with a woman, as far as your perception goes, you don't know that you're being gay. And if you did know that you were being gay, you'd stop.
My dude, but there's a dick involved.
But the presumption I'm making is that you don't know the dick's involved.
But how can
somehow.
you have sex without knowing
I don't know. Maybe you're getting oral sex, okay? Maybe you're getting oral sex. I don't know, right? But somehow it's in the dark. You've somehow missed that this dude has a dick, and you think it's a woman.
This is why we
Is
need
that
the
gay?
age of enlightenment to stop having this shit. It's like in the dark, have sex.
Well, what if traps are the Enlightenment?
I don't know.
By the way, in the helicopter crash, 2 people died.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh well. Oh yeah.
So far the body count's at 3.
Jesus Christ. I can't believe 3 people have died through this. This is actually fucking tragic.
And
Do we know why the helicopter crashed though?
No, they haven't said just yet.
That could just basically just be an unrelated helicopter
But
accident.
yeah, it probably is just a malfunction.
It very likely is. I doubt anyone's fucking taking out helicopters.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure they get shot at. They fly over Baltimore, but that's a different matter.
Fucking Ian Miles Chung just tweeted out that apparently Pull is on the case, and they're now saying that it might be an alt-right guy.
Oh, right.
What, in the car?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
who haven't we seen at the protest? What alt-right people weren't at the protest?
Maybe it was Gavin McInnes, although he's alt-right. This is his initiation to the alt-right. He's moving up from alt-right to alt-right.
Cogently, Sher makes a good point. Why won't the MSM call Antifa rioters, and why do they call them protesters? Good call. They are rioters. I mean, fuck's sake. But sometimes they do, though, to be fair. Oh my god, Sargon have a red pill, traps are not gay. I know, man, I can make the argument.
No, you see, that it's the self-justification. It's self-delusion.
Well, how is it self-delusion if you actually have no perception of it being gay? Like, because as far as you're concerned, this is a woman. So why would you think that it's gay?
No. The argument isn't it's dark and I don't know. The argument is liking traps.
What, liking the fact that you're being tricked?
No, it's
Well, not even tricked, but you like that it's a boy dressed up as a girl.
yes.
Okay, that's gay. Yeah.
See, yes.
You like the fact that it's a boy. That you just like it wearing a dress. Doesn't make it a girl. Traps confirmed gay.
See, this is how you. This is how you. At least
I think it went too deep into the philosophical level. Yeah.
Well, it depends, like, how gay you're talking, I guess. Dicks are a physical
are you-
representation of the
Actually, I
timeless
think that
metaphysical
people with
struggle of
high
our
IQ
identity.
usually fuck
Who's
off
the real
because
trans?
they complicate every issue rather than they take something really simple Then they have to complicate it.
I like it how every time I'm around, we're talking about if traps are gay. I apologize.
It's an important
I mean, we
question.
should be on the case of making fucking Dodge memes. That should be the point here.
You
That's
guys
the
watch
point.
Dragon Ball Z Abridged, right?
But seriously though, right? This whole thing has been fucking awful. There's nothing comes out of this that's any good.
Well, stop moral fact.
No, I am being serious though, because
The
it
memes
is
that
important.
came out
Because,
of it are good. There you go.
yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, this is actually gallows humor at this point because there is just nothing
This is
good
gallows
about
humor,
this.
yeah.
Yeah, there's. I mean, where is the upside here? Like, where is someone who's not completely shit in this exchange? Everyone is like failing to do the right thing here.
Oh my! Go if you're on Twitter, go to the fucking the Nazi trend. Oh my god, it's just terrible.
Everything is terrible. You should go to my timeline on Twitter. It's full of big
Oh
Asian
fucking
titties.
hell! Nazi is trending, isn't it? Shit.
It's been trending all day.
Yeah.
Nazi's been trending. White nationalists has been trending. White supremacists has been trending. Charlottesville and Nazi have been top trending both all day.
I got an update from Tariq Nasheed, friend
Red
of
told
the
me.
show, Tariq
Yeah.
Nasheed. Trump won't denounce white supremacists because it's his base. These Nazis are literally marching down the street shouting "Hail Trump."
I love how they like even when he actually does what they want, they just don't admit it.
I like it how they've actually got some Nazis now, but they just can't stop lying about them anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
it's-
you guys got what you wanted. You don't need to lie. Why are you still lying?
Yeah, I mean, it was the same with Richard Spencer at the fucking when he gave the thing in the Atlantic, misrepresented it to say that, you know, he was saying that Jews were not people when he was saying the media weren't people, and if they're saying the media are controlled by Jews, well, that's pretty red-pilled. Atlantic. So let's assume that Richard Spencer wasn't saying that because he didn't
Wow.
say that. You know,
Look at this one. This one has like 9,000 fucking likes.
Go
Hang
on,
on, let
send
me-
it to me.
Fucking the president ran as a Nazi. He was cheered as a Nazi. He was saluted as a Nazi. He hired Nazis. I
No.
assume that means Bannon.
Okay. I
No,
need to launch...
no surprise he would cover for Nazis. Hashtag many sides.
Jesus
Motherfucker.
Christ! That
Okay,
is-
this is
What a fucking
That is
ridiculous.
actually insane. I bet he's picturing literal swastikas.
Well, when he says he hired Nazis, I'm pretty sure he means Bannon,
Bannon,
and
yeah.
Miller.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even though they're both Jews.
yeah, exactly. So sure.
sorry, we got some super chat comments here.
Yeah.
The helicopter is thought to have been brought down by internet music critic Anthony Fantano. Leaving the scene, he yelled fascism, just got nay-nayed.
I knew he'd be responsible for something less eventually. He looks wholesome,
Yeah.
but he's too much of a fucking edgelord.
Yeah, chopped then he crashed Tano here.
Schrodinger's trap. The attraction to an individual exists in a superposition of both sides. States gay and not gay until you discern the sex of the individual in question. That is
I
good.
got another one.
That's good.
I got another one.
Go
Oh,
on.
okay, you read this one, Sargon. You read that one. Oh my god.
Okay, hang on a second.
You know, I like it how there's like 5,000 people watching this, and I just saunter in, not realizing sometimes.
Yeah, it's because I just use our just chat thing.
Read that
I
one.
shouldn't.
We are
It's-
very disorganized, guys. There isn't some super secret cabal here. This is literally just a small Skype group.
Right, so cannot believe. What the fuck? Sorry. Cannot believe we saw Nazi-inspired posters in 21st century Britain. Oh, that is amazing. Cannot believe we're seeing Nazi salutes in 21st century America from Farage. Oh, fuck off.
He's calling Farage a Nazi.
See,
Yeah, I know. Fuck off. I mean, like,
Well,
like
this is how the unite the right thing gets away with it. What they're doing is they're conflating again, and they need to
Yeah.
not be conflating because that's how this has ended up in this position. If you call everyone a Nazi, you can't
I know,
single out
like,
the actual Nazis.
And this is the thing, like, you can't even be a nationalist in any conceivable way. Like, if you're not a fucking globalist or whatever, if you don't agree completely with these people, you are literally a fucking Nazi.
Well, this does play very much into the hands of, you know, the actual fascists, the
Yes.
actual
Yeah.
white
Yes.
supremacists,
yes.
in that they're not being called out because if you're calling everyone a Nazi who's fucking left of who's fucking right of Mao, No one's going to believe you. Wolf has been cried too much at this point. This coverage is very loud, and they're saying Nazi over and over again, but they've been saying it for months. And now there are actual Nazis. Nobody's going to believe them. The narratives are already set.
Just nobody cares. Okay, everyone's a Nazi. Now let's talk about...
On top of that, it makes it an easy recruitment tool for the right, because all they have to say is they're going to call you a Nazi no matter what you do.
Yeah, and that's true.
You might as well be as extreme as you want, yes.
Yeah, because they're going to call you a Nazi no matter what.
Yeah, which is absolutely true.
These people. I remember when they were calling me misogynist, when I started this, and how damaging it was. And I was like, fuck it, I don't care,
My point is that I have no sympathy for Antifa because they wanted to start a war in the streets, and now they have a war in the streets, and it's so retarded. What did they think was going to happen?
We're going to punch Nazis. Oh no, Nazis!
It's like
punch Nazis. I love the fact that they get arrested, because there's a lot of fascists that need the bash. There's a lot of bash the fash in the jail, in the prison
these
system.
people aren't going to bash anything.
I got an update from J.K. Rowling calling Trump a Nazi.
Oh yeah, go on. That's it.
Is she going to redact this one as well?
I do love J.K. Rowling's Twitter feed. I've got to say. Who isn't a Nazi, J.K.?
Hey, remember when you lied about Trump not shaking the hand of that disabled boy? Remember that shit?
Remember when you called PewDiePie a Nazi? J.K. Rowling. That's not a bit ridiculous, is it?
I don't know, man. PewDiePie is getting pretty dangerously red-pilled.
Yeah, that tweet from earlier where he flat out said that, like, people are talking... He had a picture of the rally, and he just flat out said, like, apparently these people are watching one too many fucking PewDiePie videos.
That's awesome.
Yeah, white supremacists, black supremacists, Nazis, communists, two sides of the same coin. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Oh, Joel Rowe is getting pretty trap-pilled here. Not my fault the average trap is more feminine and able to adopt.
National socialists don't understand that, like Nazis don't want to be conflated with communists, but communists do understand there's similarities between them and Nazis. Like if I talk with Bad Mouse and I ask him like, why don't you like National Socialism? He will say, it's because of the private property still being owned by people. But like he's not against killing millions of people. That's the interesting thing. Like he's not against admitting that, yeah, we want to be violent. But if you talk with someone like Richard Spencer, it's like, oh no, we don't want to be violent. We just want to calmly convince the blacks to have their own ethno state. Fuck off.
Got some hot takes by Bob Chipman.
God, go on. Don't send me through because I'm already blocked for him.
Yeah, the right didn't turn Nazi because liberals weren't nice to them, and by liberals he means leftists.
Yeah.
They've always been Nazis. That's why liberals weren't nice to them. So you're hearing that right from Bob Chipman. Everyone listening to this, if you are just slightly to the center right, you're a fucking Nazi.
I don't think they understand that this is how you get a fascist government.
They're fucking stupid. They're literally creating Nazis.
No, if you keep lying and calling everyone a Nazi, Trump won't win. Obviously, Hillary Clinton's gonna win.
Yeah.
There was a couple of super chat comments there we missed. Where's that one from?
Okay.
There was someone talking about traps, and they sounded like someone who was a homosexual and needed to come to terms with it.
So I'll see if I can find them.
And Killer Turd there with the $20. Getting some serious donations here.
Thanks, guys. Honestly, I appreciate it because the AdSense is fucking. This channel has been absolutely killed for adverts. I got it on like 90% of my fucking videos, and I went through every fucking one. Requesting manual review, and a bunch came back, and a bunch didn't.
Yeah, it happened to me as well, and it's like, we're not going to give it to you. Like, why? What the fuck did I do?
Yeah, exactly.
Like I'm reviewing Game of Thrones, and I'm also reviewing The Mist, and both of them are like, nope, not eligible for monetization. It's like, why? What?
Is it just you talking as well?
Yeah, it's just me talking about these things.
You're not playing any footage of them at all?
No, I'm just showing screenshots.
Okay, yeah. Screenshots should be fine. I can't see a reason not to on that.
When we were on YouTube as the Super Nerdland account, we got a copyright claim on a video that was literally just talking. There was nothing on screen. It was literally just talking. It's insane.
Oh my god, the fucking
someone sent
Dodge
through a
memes.
spicy meme. I'm just gonna see if I can get it up. Hang on.
Fucking memes about Dodge. They're just everywhere.
I'm not laughing at any of these memes. Just so.
You already have. It's too late. You're part of the septic community.
Ministry of
It's not
Wrong
true.
Things says, what if
So it's
Richard
not
Spencer
true.
is a leftist
I-
Pied Piper leading people into riots for the media's use? I think that's a little too conspiratorial. Also, Richard Spencer isn't really the one leading people into riots.
Jeb, yes, please clap. We rise in the polls soon.
Donald Trump just tweeted his condolences to the fucking officers that died.
Yeah, that's good.
I can't wait to see how many verified accounts get mad at that.
Well,
Yeah,
how
I'm
many
sure
are
they will.
unblocked at this point?
Snake56 says apparently the driver was a blonde woman with a big nose. People in the streets heard that she was having problem with one of her tires. All I have to say is that is no tread on me.
Look, if you don't stand with me in my tire,
That's the consequence.
I made a Photoshop of that, and Brittany Venti made fucking merch out of it.
it's a tire.
No, she had a funny picture of her like crying inside of a tire.
It's weird. Love your works, no problem. Thanks, man.
That's like $30 so far. Good lord, you could be throwing this money at strippers. What are you doing?
Strippers, surely that's a waste of money.
Take your clothes off, Sargon.
I got the internet if I want to look at naked women.
Take them off. The internet demands it.
Thank
Nancy
God my
Pelosi
camera's
just,
on. I was going to turn it on earlier, but I was thinking, no, fuck it. And now I'm glad I did.
Like this Joe Biden fucking tweet
Oh,
that
God,
Nancy Pelosi just retweeted.
Go on, what are they saying?
There's only one side.
Oh, yeah. That's good. That's sensible. Yeah. You're in the middle. You're having a bit of a conflict, and you're like literally just going to go, there's only one side. Okay.
Well, I
that'll
mean,
solve the
then I
problem.
have to assume you mean you side with Antifa.
Yeah.
Like
That's
that's
exactly
your
what it is.
side. You side with the communists.
I mean, what else could they mean?
Yeah. And that's the thing, is like I've already said it before, that like, you know, if that's the side you're gonna take, by all means do it, but you're gonna be the side that gets run over.
I agree with you there, Tommy
Sorry,
Simonson.
something before that I shouldn't tell on there.
Oh, fucking
Yeah,
hell.
Tommy Simonson says if not 15% of the alt-rights, if not 15% of the alt-right is FBI by now, I'll be very surprised. Just like John Robertson talked about on Joe Rogan the other day. I wouldn't be surprised either. There's got to be a lot of infiltration there.
I think I just saw another fucking hot take from fucking Eric Kane, but I think he just deleted it.
Oh, what was it?
It said that it says something that he's okay. Eric Kane, you can point to peaceful socialist countries in Scandinavia, but you can't point to any good fascist ones.
Oh, fuck off, Eric.
That
They're not
is-
socialist.
That is the worst take. That is a really bad take.
Yeah,
I can point to some peaceful liberal democracies in Scandinavia and then say something about socialism.
I
Okay.
can point to some. I can point to some mixed economies in Europe. By the way, communists are just equal to that.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing as I understand it. Signed Eric Kane, Forbes writer.
That is so dense.
And I like Eric as well. I don't mind him as a person at all. But it's just like, dude, you're just really uninformed then.
Well, he's just.
It's a lot of that. That's quite a mainstream, like basic bitch political view, though. A lot of people have been very lied to about that.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they do it on purpose. Like I said, they're more
yeah.
than happy to, sort of like, oh yeah, we're social democrats. Yeah, comrade. So right, okay.
Man, so many donations. Killer Turd says, "Fuck off! I do what I want." Okay, you can throw all the money at Sargon you want. That's fine.
You got
But,
told though,
Merc-
didn't you? Jesus Christ.
Merc disagrees there. You heard the man. Take your clothes off.
Oh man, not my clothes.
And Matthew with a $5 comment says, "Communism is the second worst religion."
I don't know. He's absolutely right. At least
What
it's
is the
not.
worst religion then?
No, well, Islam is
Feminism?
producing suicide bombers. Even feminism isn't producing suicide bombers. Man, tens of thousands of people a year die to this. It's fucking horrendous. It's all over the Islamic world. I mean, they're right when they say Muslims are the number one victim of Islamic terror. Yes, it's because you happen to live near each other. It's the only. It's like wherever there's any kind of ideological difference and fault line in Islam, there is some sort of sectarian war going on.
I like it how they think that's an own as well. It's like Muslims are the primary victims of Islamic terrorism. It's like, yeah, because they're sectarians and purists and will literally kill you.
It's crazy. It's like I blame anime for the violence today. We have only one solution, I suppose is what you're trying to say.
Slander.
Hey, his name is Weeb Hunter. I think he knows what he's talking about, actually.
Anime
I think we should hear him out.
Once the communists go against the bloc, you're next.
No, we'll stop at the Weebs. I'm certain of it. I'm completely.
No, I'm talking about the Japanophobic fucking slanderers.
Oh right. Well,
that's hate speech we can't fucking ignore.
Honestly, I'd be first against the wall, wouldn't I? Though. So.
Yeah. First they came for the honor holes.
Yeah. So I'm just having a look through the tag.
If you want to get good at dodgeball, go to the Good of Charlottesville. If you can dodge a dodge, you can dodge a ball. God damn it, Joshua Long.
Oh, that's funny. God damn the dodge memes. They're fucking coming strong.
Sagan & Co. Do you guys think this will continue escalating?
Yes.
Yeah.
There is absolutely no end in sight. I mean, the alt-rights, if they start like getting oppressed by the state, then they literally will be confirmed in what they're saying that they're being oppressed. So, I mean, suppressing them now legitimizes them.
Yeah,
it does. I also think we're going to see revenge attacks from the Antifa and the hard left, and I think innocent people are going to be targeted.
Okay,
Definitely.
I mean, question, Louis. How sympathetic do you think sort of rural Southerners might be to what they're saying?
To the alt-right?
Yeah.
Probably not. I mean, based on what I've seen of the differences between the beliefs of like the militia types and the alt-right, which they don't like each other. I would say that I think eventually you can bring people into the alt-right that would otherwise be unsympathetic. But it's going to take quite a bit, and it's only going to be from the distinction. I mean, like, so long as the left continues, the general left refuses to acknowledge the difference between the alt-right and the rest. I mean, if they just condemn every conservative as alt-right and they start acting out violently, that's going to be how you unite the right.
But I mean, like, do you think there might be not necessarily like complete ideological sympathy, but just some sympathy, just for on the strength of them saying, well, they're attacking white people and the population.
Well, yeah, I mean, the thing is though, like even I can acknowledge that the left generally is attacking white people and they are discriminating against whites, and that's one of the big things to come out of the Google memo. But even there, I can only see, like, the bigger issue to them would be the political correctness and the obsession with race and identity politics. I would say that there's a greater anger revolving around the political correctness and identity politics than there is the idea of acceptance of any kind of white identity.
Right, okay. Well, I hope you're right.
Yes, Ministry of Wrong Thing, these dodge memes are a real hit. I got one here for you, Lewis. Just admit you're using all your ad revenue to build a doomsday weapon to use on Asia, so you can finally get your Asian refugees.
To be fair, they probably actually would improve the economy.
It would. Well, that's the thing, is that like I might, when I do a video, eventually I'm going to do a video on the fact that there's this basically attempt by politicians in New York to bring a bunch of so-called refugees to Buffalo, to just basically flood Buffalo with worthless people that are going to commit violence and terrorism. And my answer to that is, if there's any kind of incident in Korea, then that's the wave of refugees we need to be bringing in.
Are you saying that importing a lot of Asian people will dramatically increase the country's?
Koreans might actually do a good job. Like if you take people that have just gone through communism, they will view the new country like a fucking paradise.
So this stream is not red pilled; it is very much yellow pilled.
Pretty much. Well, not yet. Until the wave comes, it's not. Once the wave comes, it will be.
Hey, trust me, like I would want Romania to take North Koreans. Like you don't understand how happy those people would be to finally get out of Korea.
Well, they're not necessarily, if we're being honest. The North Koreans are pretty fucked up mentally. There's been a lot of people that have escaped where they had a hard time adjusting for a while.
To be fair, putting them into America might be a bit of a culture shock.
Yeah. I just mean South Koreans. South Koreans preferably.
Yeah.
I like the undertone of like Asian and trap thirst in this stream. It's very refreshing. And by undertone, I mean the overtone coming from me.
Bodes well. Let's have a moment of silence in honor of the fallen helicopter who perished doing its duty to physically remove communists and national socialists. I think we could.
Okay, traps are version 2 of modern women. No mind game traditional, and they take better care of themselves. Wait until the artificial wombs. Female genocide when? Good luck. Joel Rowe, I think you're a homosexual, and you need to admit that to yourself.
But you'll be happier when you do, I promise.
You will be.
Just be what you are.
One of the topics of the stream I just recently had was talking about how there's a section of women in society, especially in the West, especially in the United States, that are really fucked up. And because of that, ultimately unfuckable.
That's
I mean that's how all the cats get looked after.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. You got it.
I mean,
that was something Jordan Peterson was talking about, except for to more of an intellectual degree, and I just enjoyed it because he basically said that like all of these women at age 30 hit the wall of basically realizing that all the money in the world and their status as someone in like white collar job, like it just comes crashing down where they don't care. And then they have to deal with the fact that they want to find a husband and they want to raise a family. But my point after that is that they've been so fucked up through basically being raised to be a narcissistic, entitled, unwomanly, unfuckable asshole that they then suffer the consequences of that further because they can't find a man that will fuck them.
Tell us how you really feel, Louis.
It's getting pretty MGTOW in here, good lord.
Yeah.
Well, people said that as well in that stream, but it's the truth. It's the truth, is that you have all of these fucking super...
There are women who are like that.
Yeah. Well, they are basically the living ideal of feminism. Like
it
they're
makes
not
them very
just...
unhappy. My favorite take of that was all the women complaining that because women are there's a very much a bias towards women in education at the moment, that women are getting more degrees, therefore it's harder for them to find educated men, as if they were going out with someone with a degree that will be icky and lower class than them. It's such an elitist sentiment.
And that's that's just one part of that issue. And it's, again, this is definitely not all women, to be clear. This is a subsection of women that are very much like, they're not like standard feminists who just sit on Twitter. I mean, these are like people busting their ass through school, getting out of school, getting into a really high stress 80-hour-a-week job, and then busting their ass until like age 31, 32, and then they hit the wall of maternal instincts like, holy shit, what am I doing? And then... And that's the thing, is I'm not just saying it. Jordan Peterson backs that up completely.
And what you're saying is we should be importing Korean traps, and that would fix our society?
I don't know about traps, but Korean women, yes. Korean women and having, instead of puppy mills, kitten mills for all the women.
North-South Korea unification bad. Look at West Germany. Yeah, but to be fair, it's not going to produce Germany. You know, the Koreans aren't the Germans. The Germans are just...
I don't know, up until Merkel, the reunification process is going okay.
Look, I'm just saying, are we woke on the German problem, though?
The Germans haven't always been bad in terms of what they've been doing.
But can you name a period of time when they weren't? just to be clear, I'm joking.
I don't know. They seemed okay when Hasselhoff was singing on the wall. I mean, that was kind of cool.
I tell you, I was
Yeah.
listening to Dan Carlin's podcast about it. It's really interesting how like the sort of racial collectivists make the argument of like racial superiority. It's like, okay, but where was it 2,000 years ago? Why weren't you racially superior then? You know, back then, like the Germans were. I mean, Caesar looked at the Germans. Caesar much darker than the Germans, obviously, and like, you know, the fucking the Middle Easterners would have all looked down on the Germans as complete fucking savages. And it's just like, because they were. They had terrible agriculture, they had absolutely no literacy, no fucking writing, no class or sophistication or wealth. You know, they lived in dank forests. It's like, where is the racial superiority?
I love short-circuiting people's brains when they talk about white people, talking about how, you know, are you saying that someone who is a Polish person is racially identical to someone who's an Italian person or a British person? It's like the idea of this big clump of white people is such nonsense.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, are you saying that someone who is in Russia, who is technically has more genetically in common with East Asians, is white, yet you're saying that, you know, there's this big, that they benefit from white privilege?
Do you know what's really interesting as well? I was looking this up the other day. There is actually a country where I don't think there are any non-white people.
Is it Iceland or Greenland?
It is Iceland, yeah. I have yet to see evidence of non-white people living on Iceland.
Japan is actually pretty homogenous,
Right
too.
argument to that.
Yeah, but Japan isn't
well,
white. You know,
You know what the argument?
Iceland's literally the whitest nation, I think. So why isn't
what
that
the
something
outright
that
says
features?
about that? Like first we will create our white ethno state, and then we will worry about.
The thing is, right,
ethnicity.
Iceland's actually not very big. There are only like 300,000 people in Iceland, something 350,000 people in Iceland. If like 100,000 alt-right people, if they all moved to Iceland, they would make a massive impact on Icelandic politics, and they actually probably could bring about their fucking ethno-state.
I've been to Iceland. Iceland's really nice. Don't ruin Iceland.
I know. I'm really sorry for the Icelandics if I've just caused the end of your civilization.
At this point, I don't care.
But yeah, we needed to get rid of them. I'm really sorry.
No, also, Iceland Air, very good airline. I flew with them a few times. They're very
But
good.
the question is, where do we ship the fucking regressives?
We don't. We just helicopter the lot.
Oh, okay.
I think it's the only way to stop them. There's no deprogramming up at this point.
I think Prime Man's saying the last time Germans were good, they were Angles and Saxons. Go figure.
I don't think. Maybe. Kind of. They were still pretty primitive then.
They were.
I mean, they weren't as bad as before Caesar. Well, like when Caesar met Ariovistus, but like.
Well, we only have their accounts of history, really.
What are you howling about?
There is a lot of evidence that the Northern European nations were a lot more advanced in that time period than we gave them credit for, especially in terms of art.
Oh my god, look at that meme. Look at that fucking meme I just sent you. Oh my god, is that fucking spicy.
Where's
I
this?
wonder if Sargon even notices I'm taking his cities.
Oh my god.
Fucking meme.
Let's see. If this gets my fucking channel shut down, I'll kill you. I'm actually not going to put it on because fuck me.
The music's in the background.
Alright.
Wow.
Oh god, I just got to. Oh god, the end of that's worth it. Fucking Sam Hyde. Did you ever see that interview with Sam Hyde? Who's it with like? Who's it with? It was with like a Forbes or something. And he started it by talking about how he just got off the phone with his rabbi, who was also his wife's son.
It's probably a good thing I'm not on Twitter. I'd probably just get myself suspended somehow.
Dude.
Oh my god, that meme, bro. Oh my god, the end. The end is so great.
It's horrible. We should stress it's horrible, but it's also
Yeah, it's at this point everything's beyond our controls. All we can do is laugh for not going mad, because this is stupid. Like it's like 3 people have died in what is just like what should be not much.
A cringy alt-right rally.
Yeah, exactly. A cringe fest. Absolute fucking cringe fest.
Oh, man, there needs to be more Sam Hyde memes. There needs to be more of that. That's so fucking good.
that's a good way of summing it up. That the whole thing has been just disappointing and cringe.
Sargon,
What?
I'm taking your cities.
Oh,
Why?
are you the French? Are you?
No.
Oh, who are you?
How's Antium doing?
Yo, yeah, okay, everyone look. There's fucking
Oh shit!
World
I didn't
War
even
II.
notice.
World War II is trending on Twitter right now, and it's basically people. It's all calls of violence. It's all calls of violence to eliminate Nazis in the United States.
Fucking what? Just,
How much nihilism is contributing to identity politics, finding meaning to life, a mission in the group? Can we get back to the purpose of serving other people? I don't think we ever really had the service of the purpose of serving other people there. I.e., ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. I don't think that sentiment exists anymore,
yeah.
and I don't think it ever really did exist.
It's really a horrible sentiment. It's very collectivist.
I just don't think that's not how people think. That's not how people behave.
Yeah, it's like the relationship between me and my country is a symbiosis. It's not slave master.
No. Here's a question from Tin Omen Ogre. What is the overall view of Poles in Europe? A part of my heritage I have no sense of. I think they're mostly thought of as plumbers up until recently, when a lot of people now think they're super fucking based.
Yeah. It's always been fairly well disposed in my experience. I've never heard anyone be pissed off with like an actual Polish person.
I've heard people be pissed off with the amount of Polish migrants in some places,
Yeah.
but that's more of a problem of ghettoization than anything. I don't think anyone actually hates Poland,
Yeah.
apart from globalists who really don't like Poland,
No.
because Poland's strong.
But Poland does produce the best nationalists, I've got to say.
And the best balls.
The best balls.
Poland Ball.
Oh, okay.
Have you guys played Poland Ball Cannon to Space? That's a really great little game.
I haven't, but I do love the Poland ball memes.
It's Poland Ball Memes the game. I would recommend it highly.
I didn't even know we were at war.
Well, that's right. This is the fall of the Roman Empire, not paying fucking attention.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
you let
Too
The Emperor
busy
is
worrying about
drinking,
politics.
fucking, and reading philosophy instead of looking at what happens to the borders of his empire.
Good point.
I would agree there, Jared Chapman. A pox on both their houses. I know people make fun of people overusing or misusing horseshoe theory, but literally horseshoe theory.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as I said, the alt-right, because I asked them, like, do you think there's no difference between Italians and Poles? And they go like, oh, that's basically
No, the
that's
alt-right
ethnicity.
thinks there is a difference.
Yeah, and once we have our white ethno-state, then we can focus on different ethnicities.
Yeah,
it's
it
like
will
really-
become very reductive.
It's like really, it will never end. Is this what you're saying? Like, the struggle will always go on.
Yeah, it doesn't even make any sense. Like, if you just move to Iceland, boom, mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Are we really pushing the whole moving to Iceland thing?
I'm sorry,
I don't give a shit.
my dear Icelandic people. I'm so sorry. But the
I
thing is,
say move to Japan, same thing. Honorary Aryans.
They do not want Y2 Pigu there. Gaijin
Yeah,
go
that's
home.
right. Go home, White Pigu.
Gaijin go home. But we're never gonna get our Japanese waifus, guys. No, it's Korean waifus. Fuck.
Either
Same thing.
either or.
Either or. That's right. That's very offensive to probably no one.
it's a white
I don't know.
piggies.
There's that thing between the Japanese and the Koreans that they do fucking hate each other a little bit.
They all do. They all do. Like
Yeah.
all the different Asian countries hate each other.
They're all insanely racist towards each other.
The Chinese and the Japanese don't like each other. The South Koreans and the Chinese and the Japanese all don't like each other. It's
Well,
like
Can I just, like, South Koreans as well are kind of assholes in that they believe that their culture should dominate the world and that they are the superior race.
Do they actually
oh
think
yeah,
that?
Yeah, they do
they're-
actually
they're,
think that.
They're super fucking collectivist.
Yeah, they're super collectivist and they're super it's big on their racial identity. So are a lot of the
Yeah.
Chinese as well.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I can imagine that they are, to be honest.
The most, as far as I can tell, and there was polling done on this by Pew, the least collectivist Asian country is Japan, to my knowledge.
Well, poor Hong Kong, I imagine. Here you go. Go back to China. No, we don't want to go back to fucking China. No, I'm not
It's a good
surprised.
point
I'm really
there, Clan
sorry.
Pledge. Germany's conquest of Europe through war failed twice, so they're going through a different route now. The EU.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah. The Germans just can't help themselves. It's not their fault. It's pathological.
Damon Zaitis there. India isn't sending refugees. They're getting a lot of people on HB1 visas, though. Which I don't understand. From what I've heard, the quality of Indian graduates isn't all it's cracked up to be in certain jobs. Swedes can move to Iceland because of Nordic treaties, apparently. I didn't know that.
Thing is, Iceland would probably welcome the population anyway. You know, if they're going to if they're going to invest and build new towns or something, it grows their country, grows their economy. I mean, what's the problem with hundreds of thousands of crazy collectivists? At least they'll be deactivated. We promise.
Deactivated. I don't know, man. The one we activated, like your almonds.
Fucking.
Imperial Karma says, as a proud representative of the ethno-state of Kekistan, I speak for the people. We demand a link to the spicy meme in the name of Kek. Can you post links in the chat here?
Kind of. India acting like Muslims, sending vast amounts of missionaries in nice Western countries as refugees. Yeah, it's not India.
No, you can't do web addresses. I'm sorry, I can't link it in the chat, guys.
Yeah.
Even though I have... Do I still have... No, I don't have moderator privilege on this channel either.
Oh,
it's just on the other one.
How do I... What's your name again? How do I get
I'm
it?
literally Scrump Monkey, like I am most places.
Okay.
It's probably going too fast to do that, though. You'd have to catch one of my posts.
Yeah. You have to catch his name, and then you can do it that way.
I'll say something on Scrum.
There you go, I said something.
White supremacy is now trending on Twitter because there's so many fucking people virtue signaling.
Right, you're a moderator now.
Let me see if this will work. Yeah, I linked it.
Right.
There we go, it's in the chat, guys.
So white supremacy is trending. Fucking hell.
Yes, white supremacists actually. It's trending because there's like 5 trillion fucking people virtue signaling that they're against white supremacy.
It's fine, guys. I have admin. Well, I have mod now. I can post links, so the link is in the chat. Calm down.
I wonder what the Young Turks will say about.
Oh, I'm sure they'll shit a brick.
I'm sure they'll blame the Armenians.
God, are they? I mean, they're surely going to have to like come to terms with the alt-right. They're not honestly going to
go away just because they're mocking them. Yeah.
Yeah, they can't think that, right?
They'll probably do repression against them, which is going to be funny.
There's been a couple of people asking, but in case people are confused who I am, I'm literally just some meme somewhere. I'm not relevant.
This is Sam Hyde's alternate account.
Yeah, I'm Sam Hyde's alternate personality. He puts on a weird British accent and goes and streams.
So why a Dodge Challenger? Can I ask that? It's kind of an expensive car to use, and also a bit ineffective.
It's the irony. It's because people can't dodge.
Why not a Dodge Ram?
I was going to say that. As like, if it had been a Dodge Ram, it would have been perfect. The meme would have been complete. But it's a larger vehicle though, so it's probably better that it wasn't.
Yeah.
Uh,
Another thing is too, I figured I'm not too sure how fast that guy was going, but he fucked up his vehicle pretty badly. I'd be surprised if he got away in that condition.
No, he didn't get away. He got arrested.
Oh, okay.
Did he use people to fuck his vehicle like that?
No, he hit a car.
He hit another car. But it's unclear what the cause was yet.
Yeah, the video makes it look very intentional, but it's not super clear. It may have just been that he was driving down the street too fast, got his window blown out, panicked, hit the gas, or it could have been intentional.
Like I said, we just don't know. God damn it, Current. Yeah, yes, the left can't meme or dodge. Ugh.
God damn, that's spicy.
Whew. Bringing all the can't dodge the dodge.
Can't be man dodge. Can't dodge a dodge.
Can't dodge the dodge.
Apparently Tim Pool is being called a Nazi and he's complaining about it.
Fucking
Tim Pool is not a Nazi. He's a journalist.
yeah.
Quite a fair one.
He's also a liberal. It's like he's not a Nazi.
Somebody sent a meme of Thunderfoot with a pussy hat on, autistically screeching, saying the bodies aren't even cold yet.
I don't know. I always have a theory that the best there is no right or wrong time to comment on these things. And
I just don't care anymore. Fuck
No.
these people. Man, your frigates are absolutely nailing me.
I absolutely understand if you want to give up.
I didn't say I'm going to give up.
Yeah, V's not even participating in the stream anymore. He's focusing on winning.
Yeah, I'm not even fucking playing the game, really. I'm just clicking and just not really paying attention.
Oh yeah, someone said it
Silly
earlier.
fuckers.
I'm not sure it was, but yes, I am at Spicy Scrump on the Twitters. I keep having to change my @ because Twitter keeps fucking banning me because I'm too spicy. You may recognize me from being in the news for that. Well, I wasn't in the news, but someone else.
Okay, so
I mean,
here's a massively retweeted fucking tweet, and it's about Trump, and it's like, okay, many sides after neo-Nazi murder. We don't know who fucking drove the car. God damn, with the fucking narrative.
And the only
Fucking
thing we
verified
have so
fact.
far might be a guy who's on the left.
like I said, it's unclear.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder if these people really feel bad if they like misjudge a situation like that.
No, they don't feel bad about anything.
No, they
Fuck
just
yourself.
they quietly delete things.
Yeah,
They know what they're doing.
Really.
They do. They know what they're doing.
yeah. I'm confident that they do.
I got a update by the Associated Press, which is pretty fucking bizarre. Apparently, the helicopter crash is linked to the fucking rally.
What?
What? No fucking.
I have
way.
no fucking idea. What did they fucking do? Shoot it down?
They might mean linked to the rally in that they were observing the rally, or
Well,
they
no,
were...
they said they previously didn't know whether it was linked or not.
Well, linked can mean a lot of different things.
It can,
I mean, it
but
was in the
it
general area.
sounds like a certain thing. Jesus.
Okay, so there's no information to say that it's actually linked.
Well,
Right.
there's people saying it is, but there's no actual
Yeah,
information.
I don't see anything. There's even another article that said white nationalist rally linked to 3 deaths.
Oh, that's a really good meme idea, Will Madge there. Has anyone done a new challenger emerges memes yet from Street Fighter or any fighting game?
What, the Dodge?
Yes. You know what? I'm gonna make that right now. I'm gonna make that right now. Shit. But
Okay. I swear to fucking God, they better fucking come out with who this guy is that drove the car. They better fucking say what happened.
I'm stealing your meme there.
Oh, Sargon, this is like the second game you lose against me.
Yeah, I'm not like good at
It's
it.
it's 2-1 overall.
He's
Probably.
distracted by the spice levels.
Yeah, there was a lot going on though. It's not like I didn't think that so much was going to fucking happen. But yeah, I'm happy to concede at that point.
And I actually like thought about this
We'll play
strategically. I
Total
was
War next time,
planning.
I'll kick
It's
your
like,
ass.
okay, I'm going to take this island and make a beachhead to assault you from there, and I was like, and you weren't even paying it.
No, I'm sorry, but there was a lot going on. Come on.
Yeah, somebody just sent me a meme that's pretty accurate. That has this car attack that says one idiot runs over people, all white people are evil. Black guy shoot cops, it's not all black people. Muslim runs over a crowd, but it's not all Muslims, etc. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you
Seems
go.
about right.
Communists aren't people. Rome cannot into space.
Poland can into space though.
It just leaves.
Bye, Zulu.
Hi Zulu, bye Zulu.
Oh my God! And now Amazing Atheist is coming out, or American Atheist, the organization, is coming out talking about look at you Nazis in the streets. Look at you Nazis in the streets.
Yeah, we're
See,
against
if it was
Nazis.
actually
Well done.
Excuse me, everyone. Have I told you that I'm against Nazis? I'm against white supremacy.
Such a brave stance to take. I'm so glad people tell me to. Right, I've just quit out of Civ, so I'm just gonna have a quick look at some of these hashtags.
Pussy.
Yeah. Well, I lost, for fuck's
£40.
sake.
Pussy and ass.
I won. Sorry, I couldn't hear you from the loser's corner over there.
Man, right, okay, I'm gonna get my screen up here.
You know what I like about Sargon? He doesn't get upset when he wins, but he always when he loses, but he always changes the subject.
Yeah, well, I've accepted the loss. What do you want me to say?
Yeah, but I need to brag now, and you need to feel bad because that's the victory dance.
Sorry.
Okay,
Trump has tweeted again.
I have a breaking meme.
Okay. Hit it up. Oh no.
The good memes,
Oh,
Brent.
please.
The good memes. Oh, yes.
Oh.
This is perfect. Very good memes. What's that
Is
going
anyone like even remotely
I'm here.
bothered by the
Sorry.
fact that there were communists there?
I
No
am.
one seems to be bothered now.
No, I
That
mean
was
in
my
the press.
In that, you know, if you're gonna have trouble with people flying a swastika, you should have equal trouble with people flying a hammer and sickle because they're both symbols of mass murder to different groups. I mean, try flying a hammer and sickle.
Total
at
Biscuit
Hungary.
is promoting a commie fundraiser. Link. Total Biscuit is promoting a commie fundraiser. I don't care he has cancer. I will just make videos after videos.
Oh, god damn it, no. Shit.
I'm tweeting at the amazing, or I don't know, amazing, American Atheist.
Yeah,
Stunning
it's
and
like the
brave.
Amazing Atheist, but with less bananas.
Yep. Stunning and brave.
So did the car went into a Antifa rally, or were they like just?
It was a resistance, like leftist rally with some Antifa members there.
Okay.
It was, yes. It was general professional protesters.
Apparently the Antifa protesters were outnumbered by the alt-right by quite a significant amount.
They were at night, yes. There's this really funny video of this guy being like, "Where the hell is everyone? The Nazis are back," and someone put the Too Sad For Me music.
I
to
wonder
it.
if Google is going to crack down on quote-unquote Nazi channels now.
Probably. Bye-bye, Sargon.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, I'm done. Fucking...
Alt-right neo-Nazi YouTuber Carl Benjamin
To be
participates in
fair-
stream where he mocks the victims of a fucking right-wing white supremacist Dodge Challenger attack.
To be fair, they call me right-wing more often than they call me Nazi.
No. To be fair, on
Or
Twitter,
alt-right.
no, listen. On Twitter, you're right-wing neo-Nazi. On YouTube, you're a cock.
No, that's not what they say. Fuck's sake, why can't I get this to pick up the background? I just want to be able to show some of my screen, goddammit.
Come on, old man, learn OBS.
Fucking...
Oh, Milo tweeted something funny. Apparently, a leftist has a complete meltdown when she realizes that she's completely surrounded by the right.
Yeah, that's what he just referenced.
You know, I got something you can show pretty soon.
I think I have that in my likes. Hang on a second. Let me see if I got that handy. Yep, yeah, I do have it in my my likes. I saw this earlier. I didn't watch the full thing. Oh, you already got it on there?
You better start sharing your screen, son, because I got some spicy memes.
Right, okay, I'm sharing. Sharing the screen, hang on.
Here we go. Here's the promised meme, chat. Here's the promised meme.
No, it's not going to work.
I love the breathing.
I'll put it in chat as well. Just there we go. It's actually in chat, but unless Old Man Sargon can work his OBS.
No. I was trying to sort the Twitter thing out, but that didn't.
Jesus Christ, that Antifa bitch is like.
Where are you?
Meltdown.
Where is everyone? Where the fuck are you?
I like how it's a trans woman, quote unquote, that does not pass.
Yeah, they live in the echo chamber. They don't realize that they're outnumbered. It's like,
no, you can't riot now.
It's too spicy.
oh my god, look what
I'm gonna get in trouble.
look what Total Biscuit just tweeted out.
It's not that spicy. I literally added 2 images together.
Oh, fuck's sake, this is pissing me off. Why can't I just get a screen capture, goddammit?
Are you sending us a... God damn it, V, don't send us a DM.
New challenger approaching.
Well, it's Twitter's fault, really, because
I apologize.
It shouldn't be like that. You should be able to send DMs. It's so fucking annoying.
It's in your private account. We'd have to know your login information. Just send the original.
Yeah, hold on.
I don't really get the Myers Twitter memes.
You don't get Myers Twitter?
No.
I just find them really funny.
He just
I
has
have
a
no idea who
head.
it is.
Myers is just one of those goon assholes who makes a fool of himself. He also thought that the kidnap of that kid in Chicago with disabilities was justified because he thought he was saying some racist shit. Yeah.
He says some really loony shit on Twitter.
He does,
Okay.
and
Yeah, he really does.
he just had a head that fits over certain images, so we decided to
Oh, okay.
we decided to make him a meme.
It's amazing how many of these Goonie guys are so identical to one another.
Yeah, they're just totally fucking... And it's weird that they tried to, like... They're calling the alt-right virgins, but it's like the alt-right guys look quite clean-shaven, and some of them look like they might go down the gym. You know, they look like they might have jobs. You know, these people actually don't look like total losers in this picture. I mean, they look fucking nuts, you know, but they're all quite well dressed. The Antifa ones are complete fucking scruffs. It's just like, oh god.
Yeah, that's the issue with the whole Antifa things, is that, like, they all look like social fucking rejects, and it's like, you know, I think at this point, I'm just kind of done with the fucking, the whole, you know, we're so unique and special, yet all of us are fucking disgusting and hideous, and it's just like, alright, I'm kind of past that now. Like, we need to bring back, you know, symmetry, make symmetry great again.
Look at
Make
If you don't
aesthetic
understand-
great again.
look at what Total Biscuit posted up.
Alright, let me see.
Finally got it fucking working.
Medical fund for comrades. Yeah, don't frame it like that if you want people to donate.
Comrades found themselves the victims of a Nazi terror attack today in Charlottesville. Please donate. Yeah, I'm sure that's not a scam anyways.
God. Fucking comrades. God damn it. You see, this is the kind of thing that alienates people as well. In that, yes, there's been victims, but there's no proof it was a Nazi terrorist attack. This is such bullshit.
They still don't even know whether it was fucking intentional or not.
Oh, by the way,
this fucking picture, man, I'll send it across. It's just the worst fucking thing I can imagine. I'll put it in the chat so you can see it. But it's just like, I mean, it looks like something out of a Stephen King novel.
it does. It looks
You
really
know?
badly staged.
Yeah.
Yes! Yeah, it looks like it's something out of a movie, you know? And it's like fucking lunacy.
A B movie.
By the way, you shouldn't wear. I mean, this is just me. You shouldn't wear a t-shirt under a polo shirt. I don't know if that's just like a weird thing that they're choosing to do because I see a bunch of guys doing it.
That was
Yeah,
like
it's weird,
fashionable
isn't it?
once in 2001, I think.
Really?
Yeah, it was like people did it for a while and then stopped because it's super fucking gay. But
Yeah.
oh, by the way, if you're confused about Maya's Twitter, this should clear up all your confusion.
I don't want to click this. This is your magnum opus for
This is
fucking
my-
Myers Twitter.
This is my magnum opus. This is what Disney princesses would look like as Matt Myers.
A couple of those are decent. The actually, which one? What's the princess that is middle, the second to the front?
I
To
don't
the left.
remember. I don't know the fucking Disney princesses.
I
That might-
recognize Milan, Snow White, Jasmine, the redheaded chick from a recent one. I forget what that one
Brave
is.
was not pretty good.
Yeah, Brave. That's what it was. Belle, the black chick from that Toad one. I forget what that one was.
Yeah, everyone just
Pocahontas.
knows her as the black one.
Jesus, what are you talking about?
We're talking about Disney princesses.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to remember them all.
I posted you really don't get Maya's Twitter. You either get it or you don't.
Yeah. I don't really care. It's just another Goonie dickhead. I don't
Yes,
really
but-
find them to be funny. I just find them to be irritating.
They are generally, but that's kind of what makes this one funny. 'Cause he does say just the most ridiculous things. Like, what are you
Oh,
talking about?
we got a spicy one.
Go on,
Oh God.
go on. Let's see how bad it gets. That's horrific.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty fucking spicy.
Fucking. Oh god. Why are you doing this? I don't agree. Seriously, though, no one wants to fucking listen, though, do they? They never want to fucking listen. They never want to just, like, take some responsibility. You know, you can't say that you hate white people and you see it all over the place, and yet, I mean, like, seriously, Google white people CNN, you know?
Yo, I got some fucking normie that's responding to me on Twitter when I did the excuse me, I'm against white supremacy tweet as a joke. Some fucking normie's like, how about Antifa just as dangerous and misguided?
That's the thing. You talk about one side, the other side comes up and is like, what about this side? What you talk about? It's like we can talk about issues separately and whilst not condoning the other thing.
Yeah.
Well, my whole thing was it was a joke.
Honestly, the thing I read on Google, what happens at Google headquarters is just like cringe. It's like this white guy, you know, like came up and said some valid concerns, and it's like, oh yeah, it must be really good for you to be white. Or after they hired like 10,000 people, they said, oh, congratulations for you having white dicks to get here. It's just the most hostile work environment ever possibly imagined.
I don't understand why all these talented people decide to become mid-level cogs at Google.
Yeah,
Well, that's a really good question, actually, isn't it? It's
James
like,
Damore has like an insane amount of education, and he's very good apparently at what he does.
no, seriously, I was reading a few of the articles, and they were basically saying the same thing. Like, so many of the sort of mid-level, like, tech support guys are insanely qualified, just because they can afford the best. It's like, wow, that's really weird, isn't it?
I think that's the thing. The money's quite good,
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, I imagine it has to be.
but then you have to live in fucking San Francisco as well. So
I know. One, it's expensive. Two, it's just filled with fucking cancer.
The most
That's
interesting thing is like they threatened to they punch someone who disagreed according to the thread. It's like, wow.
Which would you say is more uninhabitable, Chernobyl or San Francisco?
I've been to the Chernobyl exclusion zone. It is
So you're
perfect.
saying San Francisco?
I'm saying San Francisco. The Chernobyl exclusion zone is actually quite beautiful.
Right, okay, I'm just sharing my screen so we can have a look at some of the tweets that are on this fucking Nazi hashtag.
Oh god, dude, they're all terrible.
It-
They're all
It's
terrible.
like, what the fuck? Right, so, I mean, assuming this one is true, then, I mean, like, why did you turn up in a shirt with a quote from Adolf Hitler on it, dude? Like, I mean, are you actually saying, right, this is Nazis versus what is effectively communists? So, I just can't see any other... And so when he says, we have Nazi sympathizers and white nationalists in the White House, condemn them too, they should not be receiving taxpayer money. I mean, you can see why people would think he was right.
Super chat here from Ian Bridge. Can we start a Hunger Games for collectivists? If collectivists go far enough, they create their own Hunger Games.
Which is 100% historically proven every time. Actually,
I'm going to bring it up again, even though we've talked about this before. I'm going to bring it up again. That if the fight came down to Nazis versus fascists, if that was the fight, which side would you take?
Nazis versus fascists? What?
No, fascist versus communists.
All right.
Fascists, because I would actually benefit more, but it's still cancer.
Sargon.
Same answer, pretty much.
Yep.
I can't side with the communists. They hate me. You know, I mean, like, the Nazis hate someone else, and I disagree with that. But
I never said Nazis. I said fascists.
Well, it's so weird. It's like, but I'm going to get the bullet either way. So
that's why I'm saying fascists versus communists.
I would choose fascists. At least I will have a meal when I get the bullet.
Fascist. At least I get to keep my YouTube channel, even though the government controls it.
Is that a good thing?
I'm saying...
Yeah, you maintain the prestige, though, for having it. Like, you still, you know, like, you're still the factory owner, so you still have, like, the prestige, still your
Spoken like a man who lived through communism.
Yeah. I'm saying fascist because I think it's easier to reform than it would be under communism.
If you look at the roots of fascism and Mussolini's ideas of fascism, they're a lot more interesting than Nazism is. I think he's still crazy and it's still unworkable, but he's very much the intellectual canon.
Well, there's a lot less racial shit involved with Mussolini.
It's literally more just nationalist socialism, which is still shit, but
honestly, nationalist liberalism.
I hate it how people mock others for saying that they're classical liberals when that's really what a lot of people are.
Yeah. Most people don't even realise it.
I don't think a lot of people even know who try and make fun of what a classical liberal is.
I mean, look at this, right? Shouts to everyone who was on that punching a Nazi makes you as bad as them wave a few months ago. Well, what have they actually done? You know, I mean, like, we don't know who was driving the car. We don't know how the thing was shot down. Are we suggesting that the alt-right, like, shot down a helicopter?
Apparently, the driver of the car was some white guy.
Okay, that could be aside. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying. So they have that so far, but I haven't seen anything more.
I haven't. You know, I mean, if someone sees it, but it's just like, what have they actually done? You know, this wouldn't be happening. It's like, it looks like you're all panicking though. If you just left them alone, it looks like none of this would happen. And they would get to say they'd get to have
I honestly think that the revolutionaries on the left are happy that something bad happened because now they have, you know, a legitimate cause.
Yeah, I think they probably do. I think they're probably going to use these people as martyrs.
Yeah, I agree.
No matter what the narrative of it is. It's like, fucking hell, it's just ratcheting up. It's like, alt-right Nazi, lock him up. Okay, but what's he being locked up for?
Yeah. Wow. That isn't even Richard Spencer.
They just... Yeah, but I know it doesn't have to be, but the point is they're just looking at it like a political prisoner now. This is just like, right, you're a Nazi, therefore you go to jail.
I got a fucking insane press release from Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, go on. Send it through.
Okay, she just issued this. At least 3 people, and this is quoting her, at least 3 people...
Send me a link so I can put it on the screen.
Okay.
But then read it out. So.
She's blaming bigotry for the deaths.
Including the helicopter crash?
Yes.
That is weaponized bigotry.
At least 3 people were killed and 20 people seriously injured in an act of terror today in Charlottesville. The vile beliefs of the perpetrators of this violence insult our fundamental American values and must be condemned in the strongest terms. The president's talk of violence on many sides ignores the shameful reality of white supremacism in our country today. and continues a disturbing pattern of complacency around such acts of hate. As we mourn the victims of this attack, we vow to together defeat bigotry, racism, and hatred wherever we find them. This is becoming like a talking point, that last part.
Yeah.
We must vow together to defeat bigotry, racism, and hatred. I've seen
They
at
must
least 3
become
people say that.
collectivists.
But
Fight
the thing is,
collectivism.
this isn't even confirmed, is it? That it was the
No.
alt-right that did these things.
No, and this is literally what
Yeah.
she's saying is that these 2 separate incidents are actually one, and they are a consequence of white supremacism.
Racism brought down a helicopter. That is-
Right, the road is clogged with bigotry.
Jesus, sorry.
I mean, if that's actually Pelosi's contention, I mean, I'm sure at least it's going to be them shooting at the helicopter if they did that.
Shout out to Tyler Preston, who's still going, still fighting the good fight.
Just-
This is so
He's
depressing.
just been arguing with people for fucking hours.
Dude's got some stamina to him.
By the way, can anyone in the stream make a meme with the car crash going into the crowd and have the Guile theme song playing in the background, please?
God damn it. I'm sure someone's made a JoJo meme about that already. To be continued.
This hashtag is just like, oh god. I mean, this whole thing was just obviously the worst idea. The thing is, right, this when the anti-Nazi laws come, they're all gonna cheer. You know that, right? Like, they're all gonna, these people, it'll be all over Twitter and like, yeah, anyone we deem a Nazi is fucked. I'm like, okay, that's good. I mean, Nazi.
Well,
How
good
was
luck-
it? How?
good
No,
luck
look,
passing
look.
it.
The hashtag Nazi, Imam Tawhidi, real Donald Trump. What the fuck? Here's a couple
Just
of
'cause he's-
Nazis for you.
Because he said there was violence on all sides, which is true, or many sides.
Yeah,
It's like
from
it's-
many sides.
The rhetoric that they want is that there's one good side and one bad side. That's the rhetoric they're trying to push, and it's just not going to work. It's just not going to fly with people.
What do you think started the violence, though? That's interesting.
Well, the as far as I can tell, some of the guys that were attending the rally did in fact attack other like counter protesters or whatever you want to call them, fucking communists.
My god, right? Sorry, listen to this, right? The
Yeah.
Twitter account Take Down MRAs. I love this. To them, MRAs are worse than white supremacists who post at the Daily Stormer. Just like,
Oh.
to them, MRAs are worse. It's like, good god. Just, that is,
Tell me
like,
now.
yeah, just absolute insanity. This is a white supremacist running over anti-racism protesters. Fucking, oh my god.
They don't.
Do you know
nobody
that?
knows that yet.
Yeah.
Well, that's the. I honestly think this is my conspiracy. I'm channeling my inner Infowars here.
Go on.
That they aren't sure themselves whether or not this was, let's just say, a Nazi or a communist driving the car that was behind the wheel of the Dodge Challenger. But they actively realize that if they push the narrative hard enough and fast enough right now, it won't matter.
Yeah.
That's always what happens.
Oh, I liked red meat as well.
So that's my. That's.
If it howls
Lucy
like a
Bobo
Nazi
from-
and screams like a Nazi and marches like a Nazi and hates like a Nazi and attacks like a Nazi, well then, I mean, that is. Look, Nazis were still people. You know, this is just like, it's just the constant repetition of the word Nazi to
Can I,
just completely
I
cement it,
wanna
no matter
inter-
what it is. I mean, look, I don't even think we should just be randomly killing Nazis.
So
You
what
know?
they're saying is yes, all Muslims. That's what I'm hearing.
But it's okay because it's Nazis. It's like, look at all these people. Yeah, I'm against Nazis. I just can't tweet. You know, I'd love. Oh yeah, Nazis suck. I noticed that communists suck is never trending. What? Okay, why? This must not be true. Joey Salads with a Nazi armband on. I'm absolutely sure this is going to be a.
That's fake.
That's a video. That's a video.
Okay. There's fucking no way.
There's someone impersonating you in a comment section.
That's fine. I'm not. It's not me. Now a helicopter crashed near the white supremacy Nazi march in Charlottesville. Tariq Nasheed must be thrilled. He's actually got his white supremacists.
Yeah.
They've literally all turned out for Tariq Nasheed. Hey, here we are, Tariq. That's great. There they are, Tariq. Go and talk to them. Or whatever it is you need to do.
Low effort meme.
Put them on the database. You fucking inquisitor.
Apparently, Chelsea Manning tweeted out, I think it's a selfie of like, "Hey fascists," in case you forgot. Like,
Oh yeah, with the boot thing.
Yeah.
We made a mistake. Put it back in.
It's hard to argue with the meme. Like, what the fuck were you doing with the torches?
The tiki torches were a mistake.
Yeah.
I thought that the first time they turned out with them, they look more stupid than anything. They look so fucking stupid. Tiki torches are really fucking gay.
But even then, it's like, we understand the impression you're trying to convey, and it's not exactly one that fills anyone with hope.
Apparently, there's a Twitter account that's running around and it's trying to dox every person seen in that photo with the torches.
Of course it is. Because the left don't dox people.
Wow, here's a fucking hot take. Here is a fucking hot take. Holy shit.
How hot is this take?
Read that.
Okay, get it up on the screen.
Oh, fucking hell.
Justin Hendricks. Steve Bannon was behind the wheel. Seb Gorka was behind the wheel. Stephen Miller was behind the wheel. Donald Trump was
Fuck! But look at that! This made me cry. I am sorry. Holy shit. Oh my fucking god. These people are going to say it's completely just when they overthrow the Republic. I'm just saying. You know that, right? They are actually going to fucking say that. When these people are insane.
They're welcome to try. I don't think it's going to happen.
You know what I mean? Like this is what's in their heads. You know, this is revolutionary talk, and they've been saying it for a long time. I mean, they've been actively trying to get him unseated via the Russia thing. These people will do something, I think, eventually.
They will, and they will bring about the fascist government that they so crave.
Probably, yeah.
No, they're not gonna really get far. I don't think. I think that eventually. Like, again, like I've said it earlier when we talked earlier in the day, like, I don't, like, it's, to every one of you out there that's a Trump supporter right now, I very much urge you to, if you have, like, back channels into existing politics and that, if you, like, you know your politician who's, like, a congressman or even, like, a state senator or state assemblyman or whatever, like, if you know a politician who's a conservative, who's a Republican, you need to tell them to unfuck themselves right now and do what needs to be done. Like, they could clamp down on all of this tomorrow if they chose to, but instead they're out here virtue signaling that they're against white supremacy. They could end this.
What Donald Trump should do is get someone who can actually write a speech explaining the actual problem of calling white people names. You know, just making it about white people. You know, that if someone competent could do that, and Trump tweets out a speech just like 2 minutes, explaining it concisely and saying, right, so from this point onwards, we're not going to be calling it, you know, that's what I think we should do. I think that would get a lot of support, because I think that is something that really pisses people off. And I mean, like, not making them alt-right, but still pissing them off.
It does piss them off, and it does feed into the idea that the alt-right has a monopoly on fighting against identity politics, whereas they're really just making white identity politics. Yeah,
and there are a lot of people who don't support that, so...
No, identity politics is bad no matter where it's coming from.
Yeah.
And the problem is, though, as identity politics continues to be pushed, the argument against having white identity politics becomes less... It becomes more difficult to make.
I got one for you.
Governor, do you feel the president's contributing to this divisiveness?
Wow, you refused. Politicians refusing to answer, though, isn't anything new.
Very clear with the president.
No, but it's just
Hang
like...
on a sec, sorry.
Stop the hateful rhetoric. As I say,
that
we have
include
men and women
Antifa?
fighting for this country today who are fighting for our freedoms and our liberties. This has got to stop. We got to bring people together. It is a
Governor, does
disgrace
that
these
include
people
Antifa?
today that these white supremacists and these Nazis would come into our state to hurt our people. It's unacceptable. But I can tell you this. We are stronger for it. We will not tolerate it. They do not know who we are.
Turning them into
We're not gonna
fucking
stand by.
fascists.
Governor, I think a
lot
lot
of
of
idiots.
I got something inspiring for everyone. This will make you feel better about the situation.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah, that must make everything feel much better.
There's like fucking 5 people in the first one.
2 more there. Then. Why are you blurring the faces? Why the fuck are you blurring? The
That's
faces?
probably they did that.
Yeah, I suppose. Fucking great. I mean, that's honestly, Europe was a mistake. I'm just saying, Germany was a mistake. It was telling you, that's where it's all coming from. Philosophically, anyway.
People on the right, I'm seeing a lot of people on the right on this feed about Antifa. Don't spread misinformation about the driver. We don't know who he is.
Yeah. Until we have any information, come on.
There's people saying that the reason why he hit the gas is because he was being attacked by blacks. It's like, all right, let's rein this in a little bit, please.
Yeah. Because I mean, they're the ones putting out the fake fucking news. I mean, do we know? We got it literally like.
I have been I've been gifted a spicy meme.
Oh no. Let's see it.
Give me a second, I gotta upload it. I've literally been gifted it. Why is it not working? Give me a second. Oh, that's not working. Fuck.
People blaming George Soros for the car attack. Come on, guys.
He's not behind everything.
Apparently, after the car attack, a fucking National Guard vehicle came in, and basically it was full of National Guardsmen trying to disperse the crowd.
It was, yes.
So, the newest one I can find is this one that was updated 19 minutes ago. Driver runs over protesters. They don't tell us who the driver is. But apparently a state official has said the driver of the car is in police custody. So, okay, so...
Take a look at that.
The driver, a man, has been arrested. He did not provide a name for the driver. Someone's observation of what's going on. But nothing actually about who the driver was.
Oh my god.
But he's just in custody.
Oh my god, that meme, bro.
Yes.
Oh my god.
That is too spicy. Do not put that on stream.
That is pretty fucking spicy.
Ooh, my mouth is burning. Ooh. But yeah, the National Guard were there, and they did come out.
Yeah, they didn't look like they were fucking around.
My theory of what's going to happen is I think the media is going to get fully behind Antifa, and it's going to backfire horribly.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
We do have some super chat questions here, though.
Oh yeah.
The xenophobia of the left strikes again. This was obviously a Hawaiian Pride celebration.
Hawaiian Pride.
Yeah, we talked about the PewDiePie thing, Klaus. He did talk about people watching too many of his videos. Copper Spider, miss you on Twitter, Sargon. It's no fun without you. This is the death of real conversations and debate.
Wow.
So
Things I do actually get a lot more done when I'm not on there, man. I'm really sorry. I'm not going to register a new account. No accounts on Twitter and me at the moment.
Look at that. Look at that fucking tweet by Doug Stamhope. Holy shit.
This is going to be good, isn't it? If white supremacist white nationalists march with torches again tonight, it wouldn't be hard to fill water balloons with gasoline just saying, Jesus Christ, man.
Holy shit, that's Doug. That's fucking.
They're not
insane. What are you
people,
doing?
just Nazis from Torvald Sveldig, Troll of Reason. Oh yeah.
Problem is, if you strike back and you start killing them, they become martyrs as well.
Yeah.
You do understand how this works. They have more to gain from this than you do.
Why are
Oh,
people
no,
escalating
Stefan,
this?
Wow, fucking spicy from fucking Adam Green. Holy shit.
Right, I'm stopping this meme before it gets to the end because I know what's happening.
It's good though.
It is, but I fear that it might be too spicy, so I'm going to self-censor in the interest of staying alive. Because I tell you what, man, it's fucking nerve-wracking. Like, see, honestly, I'm waking up in the mornings thinking, so is this the day that I discover my channel's gone? Or something like that, man. I'm not kidding.
When it does go, it'll probably be my fault, so...
Yeah, but no, seriously, it is something that worries me. You know, it happens. So, and you know, it's genuinely scary. That's why I've got things planned that are like off YouTube. So it's like, right, okay, what could I do off of YouTube if I had to? You know,
there are plenty of places to host videos, and you are mainly Patreon supported.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, I think but it's what's annoying though is that at the moment they're starting to get. I can tell they're starting to get pissed off. You know. But I think there are some among them who realise that what they're saying obviously isn't complete, you know. Because I've spoken to a few journalists when they've tried to interview me, and they've wanted to have they've asked what I think they think are legitimate questions out of a lack of understanding of certain things, and it's not like I just don't want to deal with the MSM. I just don't want to give them anything. I don't think.
A lot of them are very disingenuous, and a lot of them are also not particularly intelligent.
I think they're just so incredibly biased and they don't know it. I don't think they can see their own bias.
I got a few for you. I sent down there.
Sorry, what was that?
I've linked a few, including one from Mr. Medicare.
Jesus. Fuck's sake, man. Funny.
Oh, people are fucking stealing my meme, bro. Take a look at this. Stealing my fucking meme.
It might be a case of spontaneous creation, but we'll see.
Dude, there are so many fucking people that are saying that this all is connected. That like they're literally saying that the fucking people that died are literally like they were murdered by white supremacists. Like this is fucking nuts.
On the Charlottesville tag, your meme came up fairly high. Above the other guys, apparently. But
it's pretty good. We're keeping that SEO going, keeping the memes relevant. Gotta control the means of production.
Oh my god. This is so fucking insane. Well, I guess we have what we're fundraising on Monday for, boys.
So
send out the DNC newsletter. Fucking Nazis.
Yeah, I mean, like, look at John McCain's statement here, right? He's like, our founders fought a revolution for the idea that all men are created equal. The heirs of that revolution fought a civil war to save our nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to that revolutionary proposition. Nothing less is at stake on the streets of Charlottesville, Virginia, where a violent attack has taken at least one American life and injured many others in a confrontation between our better angels and our worst demons. White supremacists and neo-Nazis are, by definition, opposed to American patriotism and the ideals that define us as a people and make our nation special. As we mourn the tragedy that has occurred in Charlottesville, American patriots of all colours and creeds must come together and defy those who raise the flag of hatred and bigotry. Okay, John, right? I can actually get completely behind that, right? But let's also let's measure all of the people involved here who are opposed to American patriotism, and it's not just the Nazis, is it?
The people waving the communist flag, wanting to overthrow the country. No, they're fine. They fit within the framework of the country.
Yeah, that's an American patriot. You know, it's like you. Like the flag of bigotry was raised when they started screeching how white people were bad. It just drives me nuts. I can't believe they don't have any conception of this, or they just don't care. They're creating the problem. Now this is domestic terrorism. I mean, we don't know the situation of it. It could have been an accident. Probably wasn't, but, you know, it might have been. Who knows?
You're right. Someone saying in chat I need to make an initial D meme out of this, but I'm too tired right now. That would require work.
Right, has anyone got anything new? Because we've been going for quite long and I'm quite tired. So.
Fucking end it.
Yeah, basically.
Just end it. Just fucking end it.
Yeah, alright. Don't forget to bleach yourselves, everyone. Take care.
Go buy your tiki torches. Whop!